Hello, everybody. How are you doing this afternoon? Dogi Sam is joined with Kuroshi, and we're bringing you the top 8 of Soulcalibur 6 live from DreamHack Atlanta. Kuro, how you doing today, man?
I'm doing amazing. This has been an amazing event so far as well, because we have had some top quality players come out from Houston, from Florida, all different places in the South and Southeast, and it's just been a phenomenal show so far.
Now, you say the South and the Southeast. You said Houston and Florida. You didn't even mention the home spot where we at, Atlanta.
Oh, it's already implied,
like 3D,
baby.
4. Oh, it's implied.
already implied. You're in our court.
Fair enough.
Yeah. And speaking of which, we have not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4 Atlanta players in this top 8.
4?
4.
So, Kuroshi, you telling me there's 4?
I'm telling you that there are 4 Atlanta players, of course, 2 in winners.
Okay.
We got Big Boy, the Dirty South's one and only.
Yeah, Big Boy.
Representing, so many different characters, of course.
Right.
Mostly known for his Siegfried and Yoshimitsu play, of course. But, we have the one and only up-and-coming Cry-Wolv, Georgia's own Aswell player.
One that, I don't know how often he gets out to offline tournaments, but we know him for being a strong online player, right?
Exactly. And on top of that, he beat Xephukai.
Woo, he's the reason that we're looking at Zeph right now, huh?
Exactly. He beat him and put him in the losers early in the bracket.
Okay.
Kind of wild, to be honest. It was a bit of an upset. And, of course, on our loser side, we have Yugo, one of the twins who frequents our locals. Very, very strong Key League player. And we have Novastar, another Siegfried player. Very, very strong player as well.
Well, since you brought up one half of the bracket of alternative success, as I like to call it, we got to talk about the other one, the 2 players that we have sitting on stream right now. Well, not literally on stream. Those 2 guys right there. Impulse and Broken Alliance's Xephukai. Trying to see who's going to be the first one carded out here in the top 8. Xephukai, see him with Sophia on the screen, also represents a whole lot of Xianghua.
Oh, yeah.
Impulse, that's a person we're going to learn about, right?
Yeah, exactly. And on top of that, Xephukai would definitely be the favorite here. If you're going to go by off, tournament results and just familiarity, Zeph is just a phenomenal player, very fundamentally driven.
I got to throw this in real quick since we're sitting here at DreamHack. Got to remember last year, top 8.
Yep, exactly. Just his performance was so strong.
Right.
A year later, still strong.
That's why he's back.
Exactly. And on top of that, he's made a couple of character switches since the game's release, of course. He started off strong with his Xianghua, then he switched to Sophia, a character he's known for, playing those Greek characters, of course, that family lineage.
The more defensive one, that is.
Exactly.
Has he really played a lot of Cassandra? I know he messed with her a bit when she came out, but that didn't really stick too much, did it?
Not too much. I would say that, he's still a big fan of the older sister. Just having that familiarity, having those 14-frame punishments, exactly, yelling, of course, that stab, so strong, keeps people in check all the time. The very fundamentally driven gameplay, and
also has pretty useful GIs as well.
Oh yeah, especially since she has some unique mechanics to herself. She has a critical edge that actually restores guard gauge when you land it,
right,
which is extremely helpful in this meta of characters that break you so quickly.
You remember when they made the first change to GIs and REs, and they took
my goodness,
what was it,
so
10-15%?
It was so scary. And throughout the game's life, we've had a couple of weird metas. We had the beginning where people were figuring out the game, figuring out if RE was very strong. Of course, reversal edge is a mechanic that is defensively driven, but then it was just too strong defensively, so they nerfed it by allowing it to cost more of your guard gauge to use 20% now, if I'm not mistaken.
It's somewhere high there.
Yeah, it's very, very high. And then guard impact also suffered because of it. So the moment you whiffed the guard impact, you were just kind of,
That was a scary patch.
Yeah,
until they toned that back down. It's like you didn't really want to play Soulcalibur at that point.
Exactly. A lot of people were very upset about the changes, but they did revert that. They kept the RE change, though. The guard impact went back to what it was before, and it's a lot more, not to be punny, but impactful for the game's metagame to have more of a focus on neutral as opposed to just going for guard crushes the entire game.
Right.
So, with that being said, though, we have seen some characters retain that ability to guard crush super quickly.
Right. Whoa. We got to kiss him. Oh. We've given out some false information. There was actually a switch behind the scenes, people. So instead of starting in the lower bracket, in the losers bracket, we're actually going to go to the top side. Some of the ATL boys.
Hey,
right?
There we go.
I see as well over there on the left side. So that sounds like we got Cry-Wolv going on.
Oh,
and
yeah.
that means he's going to be going against the Zweihander managed by Big Boy.
Exactly. Of course, Big Boy is a long-time veteran of the series. Been playing this game for 15 years.
Bruh.
15 years.
That's older than some of the players out there.
That's older than Cry-Wolv. No, I'm kidding. had to put the youngins on blast for a second, of course, but we'll see. We'll see what happens in this matchup. Of course, Siegfried is one of those characters who for a long time was not very good in the series historically, but in 6, they made some very long-lasting changes. They gave him Dark Legacy as a unique mechanic, big damage overall, and we'll have to see how it plays out for him.
Yo, just went in there with a flat chest.
Okay, another flap chest.
Bro, that's so rude. Just came in and sent a quick message to him, but got stuck from Tragedy, and Cry-Wolv is back with it quickly.
And he's sticking with the sword in this matchup as opposed to playing with axe like we would normally see. Oh, there's the axe coming into play right now. Goes for the disco kicks, but gets launched pressing a button. That was not a punish.
Muscle Buster. Is he going to get the low wall
I
there?
don't think so. He's going to come off because it's a fence. Oh, gets hit anyway with another Muscle Buster. And that's going to close out round 1 for Cry-Wolv in this top 8.
Yeah, that was kind of that was an awkward start. There's no way to put it, but he kept it together. Again, starting with sword wants his 10 frames.
Exactly. Oh, 3B. That's going to be a big launch. Goes for the base hold B. Nice AGA. Ooh, another Chief.
And the thing that was really cool about that is he waited for the 2A to start that didn't have the sharpest reaction to it, but was still able to clean it up. Big Boy, one hit, taking the 2-2K, getting round 2 in his pocket. 1-1.
Exactly. And on top of that, Big Boy, another player who's very composed. And speaking of being composed, he's going to have to be composed after what just happened.
Yeah, I like the idea. You saw him rolling down, wants to get the fence. Just looking for it, can't get it.
Nice back break. Okay, gets launched.
We're assuming that's a back break. I mean, logic says.
Oh, no, it said back escape. You'll notice if, you look at the top left next to where it would normally say counter, it'll tell you back or front escape.
Does it really?
It does tell you. So you'll actually be able to recognize that as a player if you're looking for those cues, as it is extremely helpful. But, of course, Soul Charge Siegfried, character that, is very, very dangerous. Of course, you have that Reborn Grinder, that base hold K as it's commonly referred to, gets launched.
Hey, you say Soul Charge Siegfried is good. How about the All Might?
Oh, you mean I'm going to win neutral the character? Of course. Gets launched. Oh, gets 3 bead. Or wall standing bead, excuse me, because he did not get lethal hit there.
And you see the fear as Cry-Wolv turtles up, gets hit with lows coming out of reverse, blocks the second one from the side, and puts the 6B in his face to take the first round. But, bro, it was looking scary over there.
It was looking scary. And on top of that, you saw that Big Boy actually tried to move at the end there, because that is safe.
You're right.
Yeah, that reverse side hold A+B is supposed to be safe there, so he definitely moved or tried to retreat away from that and got clipped on the way out. But he chooses not to change the stage or character. He has a deep pool, so I would be surprised if he didn't, but let's see what he does. Not off to a great start.
Not at all. Getting cleaned up by a couple of 3Bs. Ooh, gets sent into Dark Legacy. And you saw Cry-Wolv just fleeing the scene, trying to get back to center stage. Blocking a little too long, got caught with the lethal hit from the reverse K. But he's still okay for now.
And that Treasure War B put him right back into the stage. Reversal edge. What's it going to be? Goes for the A option, as well, of course. Has a K that takes him out of the game, but does not matter. Oh, he cannot lose! And of course, that Dark Legacy explosion is so dangerous. One of the most defining points about this character is that when he is losing and he hits yellow health bar, aka Guts, he will get access to Dark Legacy, a meta-defining point.
Do you have it? Legacy.
Exactly. But of course, near the ring edge here, gets shot with a spear. 1A, another 1A. Oh my goodness!
I have to point out that I like the discipline of Cry-Wolv, which is probably why he's in top 8. He saw a Big Boy over there near the ledge. You know what he wants. We passed it back in the game. He wanted to flapjack him out. Cry-Wolv wanted to force him back to center stage, make him lose the round on his own terms.
Exactly. But of course, Big Boy kind of making a strong return to this, and he gets clipped with the Chief B from behind. Oh! The Atlanta give him the chop, of course. Gets kicked out of Treasury. Okay, just sticking in sword. Once that AB punish that is so strong with as well.
But it was a nice duck. Like, it wasn't even a tech duck. It was just a raw duck from Big Boy to get everything started here.
Exactly, and such a dangerous position to be in if you're Big Boy. Soul Charge to get out of the corner, but as well, still sitting on 2 bars. Still a dangerous position, and he's gone.
I was gonna ask, it's like, Big Boy took the Soul Charge right there, but that's the one time that he actually had Cry-Wolv in his face. Maybe he really didn't want to push him out with the Soul Charge to try to flap him out, but coulda, woulda, shoulda, something we can talk about.
Exactly.
As the sword art starting us off here in round 5.
And this is such a dangerous spot. Again, Big Boy, you know, if he wants to, you know, win this match, he better get out of this situation right now. Nice Soul Charge to get out of there.
What's the mix? Went with the bees, because it's going to be really hard for Siegfried to challenge. He doesn't have the fastest buttons.
Exactly. He doesn't have the fastest buttons, but of course, that's going to be a great way to start. Try to go for a back throw. Power of Reason. That's going to be huge damage, and that's going to take it. Cry-Wolv's going to advance on to winners finals.
Now, yeah, go ahead, Cry-Wolv.
Yeah, okay, yeah, you deserve it.
If you were to give me this top 8, and you were to ask me if Cry-Wolv was going to make it to winners finals, I mean, obviously it's feasible. He only has to win one round, but against a person like Big Boy, one that he sees time and time again, I wouldn't think it was very likely, but against the odds, we find him getting the better of Big Boy. Clean move. And it was just the perseverance, because it's not like he ran over Big Boy. Big Boy had a lot of good looks defensively. Again, like the tech crouches under the A's, had the timings to want to interrupt him, but he just couldn't really string together an entire round. And I still think one of the biggest points was, I think it was round 3 or round 4 right there, where Big Boy was in the corner.
Almost coercing him to come to him.
Right? And he decides, I want to push him off.
Exactly.
But he spent the entire game before, like, please come here, please give me this freebie. He didn't want it anymore. Like, he looked off his game.
Yeah, it was a little bit, it looked like he was just trying too hard to get him to come over and, like, hey, risk your life, you know? Risk your life for it all, man. Let's see if you're worth it. But it doesn't really matter too much, as he's still in the bracket, in loser's side now. But, you know, Cry-Wolv still, I want to highlight that he's been doing really, really well at locals and, of course, here at DreamHack Atlanta. Amazing.
The first time you stood out to me is at another tournament that happened earlier this year in this very building in the Congress Center, when he got third place. He got third place
at MomoCon, right?
Right.
Yeah. Around the same time as many other tournaments, of course, but still, phenomenal performance. And, you know, it's great to see the newer players actually succeed, put the work in, and, you know, see where they've really gone. And speaking of players that used to be new, Wolf, the LCQ champion, 5th place at the World Invitational with a character that is considered not too strong in the form of Keely.
Yeah, I actually sat in on, it was both Wolf and Hayate, but Wolf was the last one who did it. I was sitting in one of his streams and somebody asked him, why does he not think Killick is good? Like, why is Killick on the bottom of, like, everybody's tier list? And he sat down, and not only did he talk about it, he showed you, like, there are certain situations where everybody gets something guaranteed. His Killick is unstable. You put somebody on the ground. There's very little that Killick can do. Like, there's just so many holes in the character's game plan, but time and time again, Wolf finds himself deep in a bracket, deep on the winner side, and threatening to take tournaments again.
Exactly, and it just goes to show you the dedication that he puts into this character, the time he's put in. He's developed so many different game plans for so many different matchups that it's kind of overwhelming the odds, right?
Right.
And of course, we've got Calvinze, like a player that I'm not really too familiar with. He kind of just showed up today and started wrecking house, beat twice a day from Houston, and put a lot of people into loser's side very, very quickly. We'll have to see what he brings to the table with this Astaroth pick. And of course, Astaroth is so dangerous in this game. You want to talk about getting 3-shotted.
Yeah, man. Big Papa Pump out there.
Oh, and I love the use of the new colors that we got back in a patch ago.
Right.
Oh my god, the SC5 throwbacks. It's so cool. Okay, nice GI to back. And the B4 lethal hit.
Wolf coming out real quick saying that he is fairly familiar with Astaroth. That's something you have to be really sharp about.
Exactly. Okay, no, goes for the grab, gets a break. Tries to ring him out early. Did not get the counter hit confirmed there. Now, Astaroth actually has a punish for that, but he opted to go for a 2A instead, which is, you know, a little bit slow, but it is a real low. Interesting. Goes for a bull rush.
And I was liking the idea of Calvinze backing up, but he just didn't want to commit to a button, allowing Wolf to step over him, hitting the just frame, and hitting the first game clean out the park. Let's go.
Exactly. And, of course, one thing to highlight, Wolf kind of took him a little bit by surprise with those break attacks in that earlier round. You know, he caught him ducking way too many times. Of course, closed it out with another mid. They caught him ducking, but We'll have to see what he changes this game.
I kind of wonder why he was going in with the jumps a couple of times. Like maybe thinking of a 2A, because he can't be looking to jump a throw. He'll get air thrown for that. So it's kind of risky for him, but he's still making it work. Just stole the lead back with this soul charge and hammers him down, hammers the second round.
Exactly.
Looking pretty good.
Now, one thing to note, and this is going to come up very, very early. Keelik's 3B soul, requirement for its lethal hit is active now. He did soul charge in the previous round.
Right.
Therefore, he's going to be looking for that very, very often. It's going to do a ton of damage. You got to be extremely careful.
There's some solid defense out of Calvinze, although he's not really able to convert from it. Runs into a reverse ledge. Rochambeau, where do we go?
Ooh, hits the B. Oscar dance. Goes for the 4-4K, but gets soul charged away. Goes for the 1AA. Very uncommon choice to go for, of course. Oh, the second hit of 6BB lethal hits him. Ling Sheng Subo, you are going to get hit. So much damage. God, the lethal hit. The scaling on that is so low.
Yeah.
It's just so much damage.
Clearly.
And then he puts a little prayer out for you.
Pray for his soul in the second game, because the first one clearly goes to the wall.
Cry-Wolv looking unfazed. He said this is another day in the office, really.
Again, like, so much of the tone, so much of the tempo was set in the beginning, in my mind, when he saw the 1-1B, 1-1BK, and he didn't just take it. Like, a lot of people would just take that, but he knows there's a gap there and had not only the GI, but the lethal hit behind it. Like, he knows Astronaut very well.
Exactly, and on top of that, he noticed a very, crucial point. Calvinze likes to duck. He said, you're a ducker. I'm going to hit you with all these mids. Oh, the 2-2B clash. That's be big damage. Almost half health there. Cry-Wolv in danger right now.
You called this a 3-shot character, but he had the 2-hit quitter right there.
Exactly. Oh, tried to go for the...
Ready for it.
2-2B lethal hit, of course. You can full charge that. The 9B is going to close it out there. God, that combo looks so sick. I can't get over how he just jumps in the air and smacks you while you're down like that.
The effortless monster jam.
Yep. Ooh! Speaking of monster jams, Scream, Suffer, throws him down.
I'm kind of surprised he didn't take the Titan Bomb from him, but, any throw is better than none.
Exactly. Sometimes you get that missed input. You just get the regular throw.
Now, I want to give Calvinze credit for ducking the mix-up right there, ducking the throw, but again, that's what you were saying earlier. That shows Cry-Wolv that he's willing to take mids time and time again. Cry-Wolv doesn't need a mid if he can just interrupt him, but he's on his last hit. And break attack again. Second one in a round.
And on top of that, he got a little bit of meter for that. But of course, they are very even in that regard. Matchup so far is very neutral heavy, I think that Calvinze really needs to try to go for those throw attempts a little more, but Cry-Wolv is just not giving him the opportunity. Speaking of attempts on throws, the Obsidian drop. Such a good follow-up there, of course, on that 2-2B lethal hit. Ooh, caught him guessing. Oh, but I think he's gone. Oh, he misses it, but he catches it.
He picked up the spare. He left a couple pins out there.
We'll call that a reset.
American reset.
Yeah, we'll give him that one. Soul charging out of the break attack, does not want to deal with this. I understand, man.
And I'm liking the Cry-Wolv's decision right there. Waste a lot of the gauges backing up, seeing how he handled himself. Wasn't ready for the 1AA, but the meter is gone. Sidestep 2-2B again.
And that's going to be a huge Osher dance follow-up there. He hits the just frame. Look at me. I'm so good at this game, says Cry-Wolv. Able to hit multiple just frames in a row, of course. But in this soul charge state, Keelik is it's so risky to be in this mode. Because remember, all your opponent has to do is just block. But, of course, that's going to scale. It's still going to be a lot of damage, and he's going to get a little bit of health back. If I'm not mistaken. Oh, no, I'm sorry. It's not going to do too much.
That's a lot. Not
as much as it normally would.
Fair. And, I mean, he needed something at that point because that soul charge was looking kind of sus out of Cry-Wolv. Like, he had the right idea to do it in the corner, but he couldn't really keep Calvinze contained. Like the choice, although that was a missed input. Like, it looked like he was looking for a low throw, but I'm pretty sure he just wanted a command throw and did it too early.
Yeah, exactly.
Either way, Cry-Wolv was ready, hopped over it, and hopped on to winner's finals.
Exactly. And, it's very interesting. We get to see a Georgia-Florida winner's finals.
Oh man,
this is gonna be fun.
Oh man, all right. So
clearly no bias here at all amongst these commentators.
I honestly might have to go for the waffle. Let me be real.
Really?
Yes, the waffle. Not the wolf, the waffle.
Okay.
That's how much of a homie I am with him. Chilling with a lot of his streams because he's one of the people that we see time and time again. He's one of the faces of Soulcalibur.
He is, and he's recently picked up by AXL, Accelerate Gaming, of course. that was such a great pickup for them.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, now they have the trifecta of 3 of the best players in the United States.
And then I have to point out something. He's a pretty good pick. He's looking to get into Grands again. Yeah. It's a pretty good choice. But
Oh my God.
That's something we'll have to talk about when it comes up. Because again, that's the winners finals. We still have 4 other competitors, 6 total, right?
Mm-hmm.
Actually, we still have 8 total because those are winner matches. My
Exactly.
math is kind of off. We got to go down to the bottom side, and now I see them sitting back down on the stage. We saw them warming up earlier. Now they're here for business. We got Broken Alliance's Xephukai squaring off against Impulse.
Mm-hmm. And again, another player that is just so fundamentally sound, super good. We saw them earlier, just kind of, getting ready, but they were told, hey, no, not yet. Former teammate of Party Wolves.
He lives in a house of Calibur.
Literally a house
of Calibur. He better be good.
Yeah, he better be good.
He better be solid.
But he traveled all the way from Houston.
Right.
Short notice too at that, and was just like, you know what? Why not? Let me run it back. See if I can get the W. And that you can kind of see Xephukai's evolution as a player too throughout all his history of the series, right? And it started in Soulcalibur 4. Played Astaroth.
Did he really?
Played Astaroth. Yeah.
I honestly did not know that.
Yeah, exactly. And he's come a long way since then. He started playing more fundamentally sound characters, started picking up Sophidia, started picking up Hira in Soulcalibur 5. Undisputed, one of the best players in the world in that game. And of course, in this game, he is looking to make his mark still. He had a really strong showing in the early half of the year. And now he's trying to wrap it up towards the end.
Now, look at what he sees on the other side of the desert. This is your boy, ain't it?
Oh, man. Zossi Baby, of course, represented by Impulse, a player that I'm not too familiar with either. This is my first time seeing him in tournament, but he is looking pretty solid.
I mean, not the beginning of this. He's lost about half his life taking 2 throws as well, but
Yeah,
that's making kind of jabs as he's sitting here in top 8.
Exactly. Oh, but he gets lethal hit.
And it was one thing that it was just a lethal hit, but that was a pure reaction from young Zeph Baby to
It's
duck
true.
it first.
And the thing is, too, there is a mix-up associated with Zoss's neutral break attack. He can cancel it by hitting K,
right,
and he'll give you the palm.
I don't think he was in range for that.
He could still just do it to just kind of deny the lethal hit, but at the same time, Xephukai with a pure reaction, like you said before. Ooh, nice 2A+B.
Ooh, and I see a couple of fakes coming out of Impulse, just getting warmed up as he's on stage, getting comfortable.
And Zoss is another character with really strong unique mechanics as well, like we talked about with Aswell and Siegfried and even Akili. Those curses, those orbs that are on Sophia, the purple, as we usually call it, the purple drink, the Kool-Aid, it literally just sits there until he wants the time stop with certain moves. And of course, they come into play a little bit more when you can add up to 3 of them.
Right.
It gives you a little bit more frame advantage, more combo opportunity. Again, 2 orbs now.
But he doesn't have a lot of life to work with. Got clipped by a 6A. And sadly, you can't take 2 orbs into round 3.
Exactly. It's really unfortunate. You can't save those for the next game. So you got to take them when you can. Okay, pulls him back in with the 4A.
And Zeph had the right idea. He was just a little too early on the GI.
And of course, the mind game is already coming into play. That was a back throw from Salamel. The forward throw is usually where his command throw is. People typically break that. We'll have to see if Xephukai adapts that. Nice 6-6B in the CE. That's going to be huge damage, and of course he gets some guard gauge back.
And I feel like I saw Impulse try to break out one of the Jess frames, like 4-6B or something right there. Like I saw a little bit of a flash before he got cleaned up. And we're going to see a big one as he goes to Soul Charge. Very rare, well, I don't want to say very rare anymore, but it's not common that you see a Zos go to a Soul Charge with the lethal hit that he could be packing. But it doesn't need anything as I'm stumbling through my words.
Woo! But takes one to the Nats. That is, yikes. You hate to see that happen.
That's a Sophie classic. And the thing I was trying to spit out is it was kind of interesting to see him opt for the Soul Charge to get the space rather than go for the critical edge that has the GI
the more common option, And of course the critical edge is just, an 8-frame GI window.
Right.
So
has a break attack on it as well.
It covers it up. Covers pretty much every option except stepping. and it used to do that. That was the crazy part. It used to cover the step. And now that they've nerfed it, it's still, still a very strong character though, Salamel. Able to neutralize movement, but we didn't really get to see that very often. But he switches to Nightmare.
Yeah, I was going to say, speaking of nerfing, we're kind of nerfing our options here as we're traveling down the tier list that a lot of people say.
A lot of people say that.
It's not too far now. Don't get me wrong.
No, yeah.
This is still a strong character, but we're going from what somebody says is like top 5-ish to like top 8-ish, top 9-ish.
Oh, yeah. Now, the thing is, too, though, I would not have personally switched to this, seeing as Xephukai knows this matchup in and out.
Bro, he looks like he knows it. Like, we getting bodied over here on the wall. Jeez.
Okay, goes for a 236K there. Okay, gets grabbed in the face, and that's going to seal the deal.
Good old heavens, Art. Bro, that was 23 seconds. Like, I don't know if this is a comfort pick or not. Zeph doesn't care.
Exactly. And now the thing is, too, Sophia is a character that is known for just eating up his Y-handers historically.
Right.
And, Nightmare, still being a Y-hander, is, going to have to suffer a little bit. All those high attacks get neutralized by that Twin Angel Step B that is so commonly used. The 6-6A is that approach tool that, tech crouches on the way in. Look at that. It's so strong. And here's the thing is, too. -12 on block.
Right.
So Nightmare cannot do anything about it as he lacks a 12-frame move to be able to deal with it. Nice guess on the break there from Impulse. 6-6B, another move you have to deal with. And it's just maybe a comfort pick for him, but it's not looking too comfy. Oh,
you say that, but it's looking okay. He pieces together a round.
Commentator's curse on that one.
I don't even want to agree with that. And I don't want to agree with that because he was weathering the storm. Like, we were talking about how strong 6-6-8 was, and you were specifically. He was sitting there blocking a lot of it. But again, this is a match where Xephukai is going to be able to control the pace like he is now. And the question is Impulse going to be able to hold on and find the big shots that he needs? Aga getting denied, but a GI there. Break attack into the face. And the Wild Rising B. Give me the power. Terror Charge was happening.
Of course, that Knight lower stance B is super, super strong, right? It used to be, a move that was defining this character's kick because it could just retrack.
Right.
They slowed it down a little bit, but still very strong. Nice Soul Charge. Are you ready to be crushed? Ooh, the 2-2A. Nice GI. Oh, my goodness. And, of course, you cannot escape that at -12.
Stepped up, took the mid BB for the 50-50. Zeph sitting on match point, trying to keep going on his trek through the bottom.
Okay, goes for the 1K. Ooh, jump kick there from Nightmare. Impulse. Ooh, in a bad spot right now. He's about to take a lot of damage.
And the worst thing about it is when he gets up, he can't block for too much longer.
Oh, there's a force block situation available as well.
I don't think we can block. We might have the Soul Charge.
Oh, that's it. He's going to smack this wall. Xephukai is probably not going to drop this combo. And that's going to be that. Xephukai going for the handshake. Impulse
Shake
was
my
like,
hand.
Xephukai was like, yo, what? You're going to get this hand, son.
Shake my hand.
Impulse kind of laughing it off. It's still a good experience, though, right?
Right.
If you're able to play against such a phenomenal player, right? It's very bold to go up there with Nightmare against Sophia, against Xephukai Sophia.
Yeah. Like,
ooh, man.
I'm not going to sit here and pretend like I knew a whole lot of that matchup, but I learned today, boy.
She has been eating Germans for dinner for 20 years.
I'll wait to see where you roll with that. It was like, all right, put it back on the rail.
She is a monster.
Yeah.
We do not like Greek mothers in Germany.
Rude?
She's a monster.
but again, like everything you said kind of shows it. Like for everything that Nightmare was wanting to do, and I have to focus on the Nightmare specifically because this is where you get to see the difference in the characters or the uniqueness of the characters. There's so many tech crouches, just easy, simple, effective tech crouches to just weave the way through the offense. And what makes it worse, like you said, they ain't get that man a 12 frame yet, though.
He ain't gonna get it.
Big Papa Pump got a 12 frame. Why can't Nightmare have one?
Look. All I'm trying to say is that Nightmare's fine without it. That was just a very unfortunate matchup. Again, like, how are you gonna keep out a character that is moving it like Mach 2 in tech crouch state the entire time, right? It's just very unfortunate that he got paired into that. Of course, he tried with the Solomon. I understand the reasoning for that pick. Of course, you're gonna have to, really struggle in the Nightmare matchup if that's your main,
Yeah, that's the thing I was going to ask. It's like, which one of the main of the two? Again, we didn't get to see a whole lot of Impulse's play. He had flashes here and there, but his Zos actually did a decent amount.
It was actually pretty well. He just kind of dropped the ball at the end. I think if he stuck with it, he would have maybe done better, but it remains to be seen.
Neither one of them were bad. Like that's what I'm getting. Neither one of them were bad, but it was like literally in the game flow itself. He didn't get to play a lot of Nightmare. Like you saw him swinging time to time. We can't get over that. I can't get over that. Just yeah, my space, my house, my DreamHack.
Yeah, exactly. And on his DreamHack, exactly. He's looking for that title. Why wouldn't you, right? It's such a good opportunity as well to, like, you know, take in, you know, what it really means to be at DreamHack again. You know, we were here last year, of course.
Right.
You know, we did pools for one of the biggest tournaments in Soulcalibur history, and now here we are a year later at another big tournament.
Another big DreamHack.
Yeah, exactly. Glad to be here, and of course, you know, I'm sure these next two are really happy to be here up here as well. Novastar and Yugo, some of ATL's finest. My boys got to kill each other.
It be like that sometimes. I mean, they do it week and week again at some of the locals, but now that we're here on the big stage trying to get some of that esports money, we got to see who's going to be moving on for a 5th place match, who's going to be taking the L and going to sit in the spectator seats. Yugo, one of the two brothers, representing the Bloody Roar. That's the way I tell him apart now, because for months I was like, how am I supposed to tell you two apart? And he was like, I'm the one with the dreads. And I'm like, how am I supposed to remember that? Remember Yugo the Wolf.
Exactly. That's so typical of the twins. I love them and I hate them at the same time. You know.
Wow.
Because I love playing and hanging out with the guys, but man, I would not like to lose to Yugo or Baku. Because they will let you know for a long time that they got that W at one tournament some odd years ago. But not to you know, stress too much. Of course, Novastar on the other side there, a phenomenal Siegfried player. He's actually been playing for a long time, but he hasn't really go out to many tournaments. And you know, we'll have to see if he can really, you know, show what he's got at this here DreamHack Atlanta 2019. And of course, Yugo starting out very strong against Novastar. Oh my goodness, the damage output, Dogi.
It's like I took a quick sip of water, I come back, and are there handicaps in this game?
No.
Bro, you leak it.
And of course, this is another matchup where, you know, if there's a character that can just tech crouch under your stuff, right?
Right.
If you're Siegfried, you got to rely on some of your better mid tools, which you do have. Unlike Nightmare, doesn't really have that many great mids.
But you got to put him in the right places as well, which is why we saw Novastar go down in the beginning of the end of the last round, because he was looking for that B slide A right there, and it just got spaced out. Yugo's playing at really good ranges just to annoy Novastar. Gets the lethal hit from the 4-4As.
And of course, we don't really get to see too much of other Keelik players. It's very interesting to see Yugo kind of show us a different style of play from Party Wolf. Party Wolf plays very reserved, but Yugo kind of plays very offensive. But right now, Novastar is just making short work of him.
We out. Gotta be. It was getting kind of crazy over there in the corner.
Oh,
he didn't take it?
Okay, he seals the deal, but he could have taken it.
Yeah.
That was very, very, sweaty.
He just wanted to make sure we were awake, you know, give us a little bit of drama.
Exactly. Thanks for the caffeine, of course. Okay, goes for the BBB. And you can step that if you block. Oh, my God, the 4-4B's that poke to the face every single time. Yugo just loves doing that move. The 4A. Oh, BB. Another 4A. The counter's at 3 right now. There's 3. Here comes 4. He just does it again. And of course, Keelik's a big fan of Sesame Street. Counting to 4 is his favorite pastime. As you can see, he is just gonna keep counting on you. We're at 1, 2, 3. You're not gonna do it again, are you?
He's got to at some point in time.
He'll do it again. It's coming. Oh, it goes for the unblockable off the break attack instead.
Yo, where's it at? Where's the 4? Oh, he didn't do it. He didn't do it. All right, I got hit too.
You know what? I think literally everyone got hit. You, me, the crowd, those at home, of course.
That man did 11 4s. Get off the stage. Please get off the stage. That's one thing. You gotta run from that or something.
And this is the smallest. This is one of the smallest stages in the game.
Yeah.
Until you break those walls, and running from Keelik at range 0. Good luck.
Oh man. Well, we're gonna try this.
Well, let's see.
We have locked into game 2. Novastar says that he will find some way to prevail over 4A, but it doesn't matter when we go to bigger lows.
And of course, Yugo is very unorthodox with his approach as well, as you can see earlier with another 4A. And of course, finally throws out the base hold B and takes a chunk of damage. He is back turn right now, though.
And that is the one consistency that Yugo's had against the corner. Both times he's been knocked down against Novastar in the corner, he's immediately gone for the pole vault and just reclaimed center stage. Didn't work out for him in this round, but as wild as the Wolf is, he is having the presence of mind to know where he's at all times.
Exactly, and of course, Novastar, one thing I would say, he's very reliant on Siegfried's 6A series of moves. The 16-frame approach move that he has that can counter hit for a high spot or a mid poke that does crumple, so you gotta be extremely careful. He's conditioned him so well to start blocking low that not even the base holds from earlier has conditioned Yugo to just stop throwing out lows at him.
Nah, that base hold was just like, yo, but the sidestep was
He said, let's do this? Taste the what? The power of my what? Your sword? Oh my god, let him know.
But that's not enough.
And of course, that's gonna be 6 to the Dark Legacy count. the bank is almost full already.
But we got 4 A's to go. Oh, wasn't ready for the
jump KK. Yeah. The headbutt, the classic. Okay, so goes for the B6. Post-GI, Siegfried's post-GI game is actually one of the weaker ones amongst the cast as well. So when that typically happens, you don't really have to worry about much. He has a very slow break attack and nothing's really guaranteed. Okay, goes for the 4 BBB. Let's low poke. This is so dangerous. If you just stay on the ground, what does Keelik do? Eat this. He says that is -20. You can take a lot more damage there.
Ooh, he got hit from that?
And that's guaranteed. That's guaranteed. It's exactly +12.
I'm still upset that Novastar stepped away from the first one, and he got clipped on the side. That completely derailed him, rattled his momentum, left him blocking long enough to get hit in the guaranteed setup.
And you know what's interesting about that too is that he actually box stepped into it.
Yeah.
So it's even worse. You kind of think like, did I really mean to do that? We'll have to see if it rattles him. Yeah. Oh, another 4-4B. God, Yugo is so different. That is negative. Okay, what's he gonna guess? Clash on the first one. Oh, gets the K. It's not as dangerous as the previous ones, of course, but he still takes a grip.
And we take the positioning as well because we're back into the walls. Dark Legacy popping the bubbles.
Okay. Pop the soul charge. Your path ends here.
I like that because, again, Yugo like using the pole vault. He wanted to make sure to staple him in place if he wanted to move. He came up blocking, had to take the frames on the wall. Of course, they were neutral because he blocked it, but still, not really the greatest position.
Yeah, and of course, you saw earlier, he popped the soul charge and immediately went for the mix-up.
Right.
If you do 4A plus B as Siegfried, there is a break attack vertical that he has at the end of that with B. But he opted to go for the A version just to catch him, see if he was going to step it. Still worth the risk because he had, a round up on him and plenty of meter to spend, right? We'll have to see if Yugo takes to consideration what Novastar's conditioned him to deal with. Oh, overtoss already, the flapjack. And of course, the 6A already gets punished again. Yugo's so good at just making these hard reads.
Taking a good start from a Wild Rising B, running into a couple of the BAs.
Oh my god, the A-side Bs are just coming out right now. This is completely different from the last two rounds.
Now, if he was taking a page out of Yugo's book, he'd hit him with a fourth one.
You're right.
Doesn't have a chance just yet.
Oh, gets
with the A.
Just leaves immediately, but he gets spun on.
Stance, revolution. Such a good game.
Exactly. Of course, the Chief Spin is one of the most dangerous moves in the game. Many people find it very frustrating to deal with, but of course, if you're a top player, you got to be ready for it. Oh my god, that was so cheeky.
It's back.
So smart of Novastar to position himself in this spot.
I haven't said this yet, but Novastar has actually gotten so many GIs. Like, there's been so many times, especially near the wall, where he just puts a light through something that's clearly not punishable. And he knows that Yugo wants to have an impulse response to. And so he's been able to steal so many turns back away from him.
Exactly. That's a great thing to highlight. Of course, stealing turns is a hallmark of a really good Calibur player, but oh my god.
Yeah, it's good.
Taste the power of my sword as he lights it up.
Bro, he brought that one from the parking deck.
Yeah, right? My hand goes for the 7th stock of that Dark Legacy, of course. We talked about, again, another round stealing tech, and that's going to be so close to finishing this game, and there it is. A perfect from Novastar. That was so scary. But if you're Yugo, you can't really be, too upset with that performance.
This is a real hindsight thing to say. This is a commentator thing to say, because it's so easy for us. I'm so surprised in that scenario, Yugo gets up, and the thing that crosses his mind is to hit B.
Right.
not looking for a 1A
right.
of any caliber. And I only say that, one, it's easy for me to say, but he's seen the Chiefs spin so many times.
So many times.
Like, maybe it'll happen again. But
yeah, you know, that's the mix-up, especially at such low health. You know, that's the defining point of Soulcalibur and many other 3D games, of course. The low-mid mix-up is very real. It is something that has been ingrained in your head. Don't take this low. From such a young age, you're just like, oh God, please no. And then it happens, right? But of course, that's a very good match, and you know, Novastar's going to move on, and we're going to have to see if you know, Xephukai and Calvinze, I believe, are coming up next.
Ooh.
That's going to be a very interesting match.
Going to see. I wanted to say the return of the Xephukai Sophia, but we don't know if he's locking that in for sure. Pretty sure that Calvinze is going to be sticking with the big man, good old Astro.
Oh yeah, you're going to have to. I mean, there's no reason not to, right?
If he played another character.
Yeah, you know, but Astaroth is sick, right?
He don't get me wrong, big Papa Pump, man.
But honestly, he didn't do too poorly against, you know, Cry-Wolv. He just kind of has to change up his mentality, I think, with how he approaches a player that likes to play solid defensive neutral and just kind of like condition them to block a throw or take a throw more, right?
The thing I'm going to have to see, and we'll get this answer really quick, is how fine-tuned is Xephukai against Astaroth? Because you say playing against a Calibur player like Cry-Wolv. I think Cry-Wolv was just clearly on another level. I mean, obviously he won, but it was not so much that he was outplaying him offensively, but just playing around Astaroth's tool. That's why he didn't get so many chances. Like, it's hard to get those opportunities when, like, you know, you want to make somebody sit still with something else, and all of that just gets thrown out the book.
Exactly,
so,
exactly. And
how much?
That's a fair point.
So my question is, how much of that does Xephukai do, or does Xephukai just have like this brute force? I will just text the throw.
We'll have to see. I mean, he is, again, a very phenomenal player, very able to tech throws, and that's going to be a really good start though for Zeph. The GI into the TAS B, I'm sorry, the Angel set B there, the stab. Ooh, okay, 6B. What a call out. Caught him ducking.
Yeah, that's something else that we didn't talk about just yet, but something you pointed out earlier.
Calvinze just ducks.
Yes. That's something that could come back to haunt him in this set.
And of course, against Sophia, you're gonna learn very quickly not to duck.
You say that, but he's check ducking again.
Again, blocking that 6-6B is so dangerous. Of course, it's like 14% gauge damage and safe. Oh my God! Speaking of dangerous things, that lethal hit right there caught him throwing, and what a punish.
I was just about to ask, is that the condition with throw?
Oh yeah,
that's a
good one. That's a pretty good one.
Yeah, right
pretty good one. Okay, goes for the double stab, the hard combo, showing us that he has the execution. 6B. Again, that move is so dangerous and defining in this matchup. Oh, but he drops a combo.
But still, just like the message he was sending with the spacing and the reaction for the whip punish, like Zeph is a different kind of ready for Calvinze. No, put it back.
He just has the Shoryukens ready to go. We do those. Okay.
That was kind of a meaty soul charge, but there's nothing he can really do for him at that rate.
Nice GI. Totally confident in his ability to take that.
Yeah, we out.
And Xephukai just waiting very patiently for the spin to run out, runs up 6-6As, and takes that round. Want to die that badly, Astaroth says? Man, that's so rude, right? You're getting your butt kicked, right? You're taking it right now. What are you talking about? But I love the little flavor they add in this game, of course. Different little monologues and whatnot and dialogue, but getting back into the gameplay, Xephukai still got that defensive standpoint, breaking those throws. Again, tries the GI there.
Something that's really been tripping up Calvinze at this is anytime Xephukai finds himself running into a block, he backsteps a lot. That's like the first time he's been caught sidestepping for a different approach, sidestepping to take the round?
I believe so, yeah. He's going to get smitten there.
But the thing that I was getting at is there was a lot of times that Xephukai would swing in the block. It happens, right? But instead of just standing there, instead of sidestepping, he was constantly backstepping. And Calvinze just wasn't ready for that.
Exactly. And another thing to note, he stopped ducking altogether.
Right.
And then that's when Xephukai kind of established his game plan. He knew that that's when like the big whiff punishment was going to come into play because he stopped already moving, right? So he gave Zeph basically, hey, here's permission to move around me the entire match. And you've already seen with those 2-2Bs, those 2-2As, the ability to just step around him at all points in time. He's like almost given up on movement. And almost entirely, of course, Xephukai getting back in there with the Angel Step AA.
See
Ooh,
there?
gets smacked.
I mean, he got clipped that time. And that's the first time in a while that Calvinze has been able to catch him with a break attack on wake up. Because I want to say the last 3 has either whipped or got jammed to the shore. You can GI, and he got up in time.
Nice. Good stuff from Calvinze there to start adapting to the matchup a little bit.
Right.
You know, he gave the bait, hey, I'm ducking. What are you going to do? And it wasn't necessarily a punish, but he did take his turn efficiently. Got the 2-way to steal it out. Ooh, body splash. Caught him on the back end there. Of course, body attacks have different properties than normal moves. Oh my god, gets face slammed. Okay, 2-2 AA. Oh, speaking of 2-2 moves, not finding its mark there from Xephukai. Gets headbutted.
A little bit of the frustration coming out of Calvin right there. You saw him miss a command throw, immediately went to it again.
Yeah, of course, that's a very bad tendencies from an impatient player, typically.
He's looking for a few too many, which is why he got snatched up with another Heaven's Arch. 1-1.
Man, that's got to be a little bit rough, though, to have to take so many throws from Xephukai, right? As a grappler, no less. It's got to be very frustrating on your, as a player to realize, hey, man, this is getting annoying. I need to start grabbing this guy, right? Oh my god, clips him with a 2-2B. Such a big move from Astaroth. Oh, tries to go for another jump throw. Oh my god.
Yeah, and there's nothing he can really do with it at that point. Like, he didn't want to block because his gauge is already so low, but I mean, he has to at some point in time.
Yeah, exactly. And of course, he's going to have to give up this break, and Xephukai knows that he's just walking around and looking for a whiff opportunity because he just wants to keep that going into the next game if he takes this. Nice soul charge from Calvinze. Ooh, gets the armor, but it is not quick enough. Xephukai going to block. This is going to be +8. You got to take the mix up here or soul charge, and he does.
Really?
Yeah, they're going to have to take that, of course. Oh, gets grabbed. That is unbreakable. It is a jump throw. Goes for the 1B, but gets clipped.
Such a good step from Zeph. And that's the way he needed to take the round, because not only did he win, that gauge is sitting pretty low. Again, it's just above red. So we're back in the same scenario where Calvin doesn't really want to block.
Exactly. And of course, you're going to see him crouching a lot more like he was earlier. There it is. Gets clipped.
Why'd you out there, man?
Yeah, man. When you know, you just know, right? There it is again. He's just ducking, trying to not get broken, but that is the wrong choice, of course. Oh, there's a 6B. We'll see if this changes things for him. It does not, and Xephukai gonna seal the deal with a critical edge.
He set him up for that.
He did.
He set him up for that in the sense of he's seen through his winner's match and then playing him in the first game before that Calvin really likes looking for the break attack.
Oh, yeah.
And Zeph tested it a couple times earlier, trying to make sure he could get out of it. I feel like he gave him 1 or 2. Not literally gave him 1 or 2, but he didn't send the clear message that I can get out of this at will. Saved it for when he needed it. Saved it to keep himself alive and marching on through the loser's bracket.
Exactly. And another thing, too, you'll see it in a lot of high-level play is high-level players will give you the idea, the impression that they might go for that break.
Right.
And just set you up for failure the entire time. You saw he didn't even have to finish him off with a break. No. He just knew that it was going to open him up because he was another layer ahead on the yoke, right? Just understanding his opponent better than the opponent understands themselves. So, able to pick apart his opponents meticulously and efficiently like a scalpel. Just surgically inserts himself into your head. And that is just what defines Xephukai's game plan. So good.
It was a real surgery. It wasn't any of that operation stuff.
Oh,
None of the kids stuff.
we used big knives, of course. But that was a great match, and Xephukai's gonna keep moving on.
You say we use big knives. I think we're gonna have a couple of bigger ones coming in our next match because I see sitting down on stage we're gonna have Big Boy going against Novastar. Those are the two biggest knives we've had in top 8 so far.
If we get a Siegfried mirror, I might break the stage.
Really?
I might break the stage.
Are you going to start with the table and the monitor?
I'll just literally rampage through here, and you won't see me.
All right. I'm holding you to it. I'm holding you to it.
I mean, like I said, maybe we'll see.
Maybe.
Oh,
now you backpedal.
I don't think we'll see it.
Oh, man.
I would be very hard-pressed to find, Big Boy play a mirror match, right?
Is he not much of a mirror person?
Not really. He's got so many deep characters in his, pocket.
Right.
That he knows, the back of his hand. I don't think he would want to play the mirror, right? And it's just, so dangerous to run the mirror match, in my opinion. Against a player like Novastar. I would imagine, there it is. There's the Yoshimitsu.
You know a character that I haven't seen Big Boy play in a while? I haven't seen him play Mitsurugi.
Mitsurugi, another phenomenal character, does extremely well in a lot of matchups. So I don't think he's too strong in the Siegfried matchup personally.
Fair.
but also it might be a confidence thing. Maybe he's more confident as Yoshimitsu. And I know this matchup is actually good for Yoshimitsu.
Why you say that?
Because a lot of Yoshimitsu players tell me that.
Okay. What do the Siegfried players say, though?
The Siegfried players say, I don't know, man, I just do Dark Legacy and I win. But of course, that's a very commonplace of, very strong players as well to recognize that their weaknesses can become opportunities.
Fair enough.
Okay, so right now, though, getting back into this match, Big Boy and Novastar looking kind of even. They are in the woods, of course, a very small stage, so it doesn't necessarily favor the zoning style of Siegfried play. So we'll see Novastar go on the offense a little more. Like right now, gets Hell Sweep, 3B. Gets the tech, nice. Goes for the 3B, gets the no follow-up, though. And of course, Yoshimitsu, one of the three characters that has an I-10 AA. That means 10 frames to be able to punish with.
I actually want to say it's 4, but I don't need to do the math right now. He has one, that's important.
Exactly, it's an extremely strong tool, but of course another strong tool is that Dark Legacy explosion, that 6A plus B from Siegfried, able to seal the deal there.
That's like your favorite move, right?
It kind of is, I think it's a lot of people's favorite quote moves.
I don't know about mine.
Of course, we're going to see the stance come out right now. Good step there from Big Boy. Goes to the 6K Brave Edge.
Brave Edge? Hold on. You're a little too early, man.
Hey,
we ain't there yet.
Okay, goes to the 1K. Gets a side throw. It's going to be big damage.
Position as well.
And of course, that side stance A, it looks like his 1A, but it's actually 5 frames faster. Very strong tool. Oh my god, but he gets hit with the wall standing A. Brave Edge, of course, gets knocked into the wall. And of course, Yoshimitsu, one of the 2 characters in this game with basically EX moves. We call them Brave Edges and Calibur.
Fair enough.
Okay, so goes for the bees.
You knew I was going to give you stuff for it anyway.
Oh, of course. Got to.
Just like we're giving the GIs break attacks as well because no movement is coming out. Willing them down, but a big 3B equalizing everything. Get up!
Exactly, okay. Goes for the Chief AA. Gets the B6. He says, gotcha.
Reverse K.
Of course, the reverse side hold K after he backs up for a few steps. The Siegfried classic.
There's been so many sharp side steps throughout the set.
Okay, goes for the side throw again. Another opportunity that he's going to have to take here. Gets to Soul Charge, and you saw Novastar back up immediately. He tried to bait it, but he cannot lose. And another Dark Legacy 6A plus B to close out a round. What do you know?
He's 2 for 2.
He's 2 for 2.
You think he gets 3 rounds with Dark Legacy?
I don't know. We'll have to see. It is not uncommon, that's for sure. That's going to be huge wall damage. Goes to 3B.
But he's following him along the wall. I kind of wish he would have squared up with. That's something I always note in 3D games, like this and Tekken, where somebody puts somebody on the wall, and the question of do they want the damage or do they want the position and keep them wedged against the wall.
It depends really on the player, of course, what you prefer. And of course, what he prefers right now is a Reborn Grinder to get him to the wall, but it doesn't matter, he gets launched.
Yo, he's here.
1K. Oh, poking the feet, jump B!
It's on his mind. I know it's on his mind, but he's going to have to play rock, paper, scissors for his soul.
He tried to spin, but who spun better?
Ooh.
Big Boy tying it up. Let's see what happens in this round 5. Okay, gets B6, counter hit. Ooh, gets hit low.
Has he even done the mid from reverse?
He has not, and that's honestly, I think that's a very, very good thing to go for, right? Is just keep going for the K until they deal with it. Because you can spin, you'll take less damage if they block it. And speaking of less damage, good God! Oh, he cannot lose that. We are out of stocks for the Dark Legacy victory, but we'll see if it even propels him to that point. He will continue on. Yoshimitsu stocked up with the AA Brave Edge, and that's going to get the wall splat and take it on counter hit.
That's so sad. Like that was good for Big Boy to complete the string, and he needed to because Novastar saw the whip
and he tried to swing.
Yeah.
Yep. And the thing is, too, you could tell he was immediately prepped for it. Immediately prepped for it. But that phantom range on that second hit is so strong that it caught him on the back end and got the wall splat. We'll have to see if he can stay composed. And that was a very close game. We'll have to see if he can, control his emotions, see if he can get the better of Big Boy this time around. Of course, AJ chooses not to switch stages, and that's going to haunt him, I think, honestly. It's a very bad choice to make to not try to go for the stage switch.
After a couple of whiffs, Big Boy trying to find his way in, but mid sending him out. Flapjack, he's lucky that wasn't squared up against the wall.
And of course, that's not exactly guaranteed that 6-6-8 plus B follow for Novastar, but he went for it anyway, tried to get a little bit greedy for the damage, and it cost him all of that on some Oki.
Right, he got decapitated.
He got murdered. But of course, he gets smacked out of Dragonfly. Ooh, finally goes low, and he catches him with the mid. Okay. Tries to go for the Hell Sweep. Oh, 2B. Goes for the 6 stable speed, get a little bit of meter. Understanding that the meter's going to be very important. He clipped him on the sidestep with that 1K. That was a little bit strange.
I mean, I've questioned like 3 or 4, and you told me to just deal with it, so it'd be like that.
It'd be like that at Amco. But of course, what else be like that? Dropping your combos and then getting launched immediately. Okay, tries to go for the beat, and that's -20, but he doesn't go for a punish. Second wind, cannot lose, and he did not. That jump B, so good there. And you hate to see that, of course.
So good because he's seen so many 1Ks throughout the, or full crown 3Ks, excuse me, throughout the entire round. So he just had an idea that it was still on Big Boy's mind.
Exactly, and of course, he launches him right there with 2-2B. And that's going to be huge positioning here. Tries to go for the med K. What's going to be? Nothing. Tries to mix him up with 3A and 3AB.
Still there again. Keeping him in check with the low.
Ooh, just extended his crouch frames there. He recognized he was going to go for it again.
Right.
He's gone for it every time as a panic move on the Dark Legacy Explosion, so he just hit him with a low, which is one of the 2 ways to counter that move, the other being a break attack, of course.
And I still think the bigger thing that you even said was sitting in crouch and going for the mid that time. That was just the ticket that Big Boy needed out there.
Exactly.
The adaptation.
Exactly. He just kind of decided to just extend that time a little bit more, throw off Novastar's timing. It's going to be a big wobble opportunity, but he whiffs. That was so weird. Just getting away in Dragonfly there.
Soul Charge.
Soul Charge, and of course Dark Legacy is also active. Soul Charge of his own, reset neutral a little bit. AA, and that might seal the deal. Oh, but he drops it, but he picks it up anyway. And what a calculated match there from Big Boy at the end, to be honest.
Just everything was falling in line. The big thing that stood out to me is like there were 2 big crucial moments where Novastar was looking for Soul Charge. And that was the last one specifically. And you saw that Big Boy, with the positioning, center stage control, immediately Soul Charge is back to shove him into the corner, step up and take the round.
And on top of that, he caught on really quickly the fact that Novastar was being very panicky with his Dark Legacy Explosion. Yeah. So he just kept going low. And Novastar started adapting it even a little bit by doing those jump Bs, but it wasn't enough because the panic overcame him, and he just kind of crumbled apart there. But it's good stuff to Big Boy. Moving on. And Novastar,
we really give Big Boy credit.
Hey man, you got to.
Yeah.
Novastar gonna be out, but he had a good showing. Honestly, great performance. But it looks like we got, is that Cry-Wolv, Party Wolf in winners finals?
I think it is. Georgia versus Florida, like you said, man.
Ooh, man, I cannot wait.
Who you be real. Who you got?
Honestly, I want to give Cry-Wolv the benefit of the doubt, but I'm going to say he's the undercard here, and I'm going to go with Party Wolf.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with Party Wolf.
Yeah.
Because, the champ, the last year's champ. How are you going to count him out?
Last year's champ, the last chance qualifier for the Invitational.
5th place overall in World Invitational. Again, a feat that you cannot take lightly. That is, like, you can't really ever undermine any sort of performance like that. No. He went from playing one of the longest tournaments to qualify for an Invitational against some of the world's best.
He's all right.
Yeah. Oh, phenomenal. Man. So good. But of course, we'll have to wait and see what's coming up next. If they're getting set up right now. Oh, it looks like actually we're going to get Big Boy and Xephukai first for losers semis. Excuse me. Ooh, man.
They mixing us up back here, man.
They mixed us up.
It's okay. We ducked, there was a mid.
Man, every time. Every time.
How do they know?
How do they know I was a ducker? Well, we'll have to see if Big Boy can catch Zeph ducking, which I highly doubt, but depends.
I mean, he's going to have to try at some point in time because with the way Zeph's been playing, coming in on the train, the underground railroad of the Twin Angel steps. It's
going to be so difficult, but of course, Big Boy has such a deep pool of characters, but we just heard Siegfried.
Yeah.
Hail Siegfried himself.
Didn't you say that this is not kind of good for them big sword boys?
Well, I said historically for Zweihanders, right?
Right.
For 20 years, she was messing us up. But now, honestly, I would say that it's still slightly in Sophidia's favor. But of course, Siegfried is a lot better in this game. As you can tell right now, his damage output kind of benefits him. He doesn't necessarily have to worry about the punishment too much because he can keep up in the damage department overall.
And it helps that he has the evasion, the boot to get around all of the hail of buttons coming at him. But even with that, Xephukai is able to put his hands on him.
Yeah, and honestly, I would say it's a little bit more even nowadays with Siegfried. And of course, Great awareness from Big Boy. He understands that the 1-1 AA from Sophia, if you hold it, is you just walk around her.
Bro, she's had that from Soulcalibur 0, a.k.a. Soul Edge.
Right, of course, but Xephukai still came out on top there. We'll have to see what he can do. Okay, 6AA. 6AB gets punished with a 3B and a launch in Chief A plus B. Again, another whiff opportunity for Xephukai. Takes it.
Very sharp with those.
668, and you can actually punish that as Siegfried. You do have an I-12 5K to throw out there, but it does not really matter too much as you do give up a lot of damage potential for taking your turn, right?
Yep, while riding the but Zeph wisely just staying on the deck, waiting for the second round to fall into his lap, trying to see if he can take this 3-0.
Okay, nice. Gets 2-2-BA for Cade.
A little too eager. Big Boy on the ground.
But again, another one.
Yeah, like Zeph's been stepping directly in his face at range 0, and he's gotten to his backside so many times.
And you know, stepping to Siegfried's right is actually his weaker side, as a lot of his moves do come out from the left side. You'll have to notice, of course, oh my god, the A-slide B into the Reborn Grinder. Oh, so good. He's in that back turn state. He is fishing for that reverse ring out.
And Zeph knew he wasn't getting anywhere near it time and time again. Zeph has found himself on the other side of the street away from Big Boy, out of range of any danger, and on his way to the second game. Like, his spacing and his stepping, the SNS.
Yeah, and you'll have to notice as well, that's the signs of a veteran player, just recognizing a bad situation and walking away from danger, recognizing that he should look both sides before crossing the street.
What?
I told you, he has a deep character pool, and of course Ivy is another one of those characters that he plays.
I've never heard of Big Boy playing Ivy.
Well, I have.
Today's a new day, huh?
Hey, you know what? It's actually kind of amazing. It was about several months ago,
right,
when the game was still kind of fresh. He kind of approached me. He's like, I'm going to learn like 5 good characters, and I'm just going to keep people guessing, and we'll see if it works out.
You caught me by surprise.
Hey, that's the point, right? Single A. And I want to note, they got the same stage.
You know, it'd be like that sometimes. They went to random, and it is literally random, so...
But of course, another thing too, Xephukai did have a very hard time at the LCQ against another Ivy player, of course, Kinetic Clash. We'll see if maybe he's going to, bank on that weakness to see if maybe Zeph hasn't done his homework yet. We'll have to check. But of course, it's looking pretty good for Big Boy right now as he stomps him in the ground there. The classic, a little bit extra. Okay. You got to pay for that?
Yeah.
Okay. Checks him. Oh, tried to go for the ICS, but he was out of range.
He's got those two? Oh, okay. He's solid. I believe him.
Okay, we'll have to wait and see. And of course, tries to go for a throw there, gets 6 speed, gets launched.
You know, I kind of wondered, like, this is an easy thing to say. I wonder if he was looking for another ICS.
Oh, he was near the wall there. The only thing I think he could have done there is press a button and try and catch him, but yeah, I think he was just frozen in fear there for his life against a scary player in a very scary situation. Tries to go for the grab to see if he gets the extension. He does not. Xephukai lets him go, as that was not a break.
2A, he's looking for the ICS.
Right underneath it.
Good step, though.
Nice step. Let's see what the Yoki is. It says Scream as he goes for the Serpent's Embrace A plus B.
Looking at this, I feel like Big Boy feels a lot better at just standing and waiting for Xephukai to come to him. Because now he has a couple of 12 and 14 frame buttons to throw. Doesn't have the best 2A, but we've seen him go to it a couple times already. Even with that, it hasn't been able to stop Xephukai as he's walked over 2 rounds to 1, looking to see if he can close this out.
Exactly, and of course goes for the low there out of Serpent's Embrace.
Oh
my god, another one!
Yeah, he's seen him go for the 2-2K too many times.
Speaking of going for certain things too many times, he caught on to the fact that he was just throwing out highs to check him, and Lethal hit him with that 226K. So good. Tries to catch him. It gets another 2-2B again, just reaching for that sky with that Shoryuken style move. Sophia, and Xephukai, of course, positioning in such a way that makes it, so difficult for Big Boy to even carry on his offense.
Really
nice 3B.
Oh,
that's a call out if I've ever seen one, and that's it.
And, unplugged and we done.
Yeah, that was it. He just kind of pulled out. All right, well, Xephukai takes it over Big Boy, and I'm sure that, Big Boy's laughing about it because he knows he's like, yeah, you know what, you're better than me, but I'll get you next time.
It's just such a threat from Xephukai. Like, you put him down, you're expecting to run Oki, but he's so willing to time and time again just challenge how tight you are. Stand up immediately looking for the step, and it's so crisp. I don't want to short sight. I guess that's what I'm looking for. I don't want to shortchange how that is. Like, it's not a hard thing to do, but it's not the easiest thing to do cleanly. That's what I'm getting at.
Exactly.
Like,
exactly.
I'm trying to fluff up what that's not just brain dead easy to do. Like, you have to have a bit of a timing, even with the buffer, to make sure you're out there frame one so you don't get clipped on the way. And that's really consistent with it.
Yeah, and I would have to agree with you, though, especially since, you know, a player like Xeph who can condition you to do whatever he wants, I mean, it's even better.
Yeah.
Right? It's threatening in the hands of a capable player, but in the hands of an elite player, it's a little bit dangerous, I would say.
Elite player. That's
exactly. I mean,
pretty solid choice.
You got to give it to him. I mean, he's a rock solid player, and he's in our top 3 now. We're in top 3 of this top 8.
And I appreciate that they actually put this on screen so they can't call no audibles on us or anything. We actually have our winners finals. You see Cry-Wolv trying to get as limber as possible, tell his fans, tell his family, tell his friends, as he's going against the Party Wolf.
And of course, both these guys are rather young, but Cry-Wolv, I think, a little bit younger. You know, looking like he's been sort of a fresh face in the Georgia FGC for a long time, right? And, you know, he's been coming up to every local, every +2 on Bug, or every weekly that we've had, rather, and just showing him that, you know, I'm here to learn. I'm here to put myself into a position where I'm going to be the best player eventually, right? And he picked a really good character.
You know, something just crossed my mind. I think I'm gonna start entering tournaments, and I'm gonna be like Wolf Sandwich. Because apparently wolves are in right now.
Yeah, Cry-Wolv and Party Wolf, of course. The Wolf Pack is here at our winners finals, and it looks like they're ready to go. Okay, goes for the A+B, of course. So we're getting started in this winners finals. It's going to be 1st to 3. So we'll have to see what happens.
A couple of break attacks and the 3B whiff punters as well, playing from about 2 character lengths out, but Party Wolf getting the better of Cry-Wolv a couple of times. BB just to get the spacing from it, and charging his way in with the tech round.
And that was a very commanding round from Party Wolf, taking that first round in this 3 out of 5 winners final set. Cry-Wolv starting off getting the axe available. Okay, 6B to check him walking backwards.
3B to launch him.
Ooh, good, good awareness from Party Wolf. Just baiting him like, oh, go low. I'll crouch all day in your face. But then he just stands up, gets the positioning, and starts his offense once again. Walking, goes for the jump B, wiggle your stick. All he can do is this, and of course, Party Wolf is a proponent of using that soul charge super early. That's gonna be huge damage on this wall split. And I think he's dead.
He might be.
I'm pretty sure he's dead.
And I wanted to say, like, that seems to be the kind of soul charge that I see Party Wolf take specifically. The one where, whether it's hit or block, if he has you in the corner, he wants to keep you locked in position. And he converts from it so many times.
Exactly. And of course, we'll see if that, that 3B is now stocked as well.
Oh, man.
That lethal hit is just so dangerous, of course, after he spent bar.
He didn't get the full charge from that. I was kind of surprised he didn't get the lethal hit there, but still.
Might have been unsure. And of course, this is a punish.
Yeah.
That is a huge punish. Gets the 6BB. Says, come on. Hits him with the back parry B. Puts him in this awful spot. But of course, Cry-Wolv does have a stock of neutral, as we call it in the community. Pops the soul charge. Puts him in an awful position.
He's just trying to
break
run.
Attack.
Nice block.
Oh, tried to launch him. Tries it again. Gets BB for his troubles. And that's going to take it. Cry-Wolv says, you're not going to 3-0 me just yet.
You kind of held your breath with me as well as we saw the spear art come out. There was no follow-up behind it. It was like, man, take it. While Rising B starting us off from round 4, sweeping the floor, getting some space.
Oh, goes for the back throw attempt. I like it. I like it a lot. He gets Almighty stacked available. Goes for Tragedy War B, gets knocked in the face. Okay, says gotcha, but he gets careful, of course, by the Muscle Buster, and that's going to be another horrible situation to be in against Aswell, of course, as Oki is so strong, but another thing that's so strong is that 2-2 lethal hit with that minimum scaling, Dogi.
Yeah, how terrible of a position is it if you're ready for the entire string to come out?
Exactly. Soul Charge popped. That Party Wolf was just so cool as a cucumber, just waiting in the back there, just like, you know, I don't care. I'm going to AA you as soon as you come in. He says, try me.
Yeah. did very well. Again, give him a false sense of security to step up and try to chase him to the center. Met him at the road, shut him down with the A's.
Yeah, exactly. And of course, we're gonna have to see how Cry-Wolv adapts, right? First, they didn't change stage, so maybe he's a little bit comfy here. Doesn't want to get any crazy ring outs, or prefers the open space, really.
This is a pretty good stage. Let's be real.
Yeah, it's pretty neutral for both of them, if anything, right? There's no clear-cut advantage here, but of course, Party Wolf starting this crazy offense.
I'm about to say that Life says there's a pretty clear advantage going over to the right side, but Cry-Wolv will bring it back to the
That's going to be huge. Not only did he just, murder him, but he gained so much meter with that last lethal hit. Look at the meter disadvantage that Cry-Wolv is at right now. Tries to tell him to stay down, but he just whiffs in his face. 6 BB. Party Wolf starting his offense. That is plus. You cannot do that. One of the rare lows in this game that's positive on hit. You cannot take your turn. Pops the soul charge. Goes in. Tries to tell him to be careful, but this is going to be huge damage, potentially.
I kind of wonder why he did that, because the last time we put him in that scenario, he went for the throw, right? I mean, if you're looking to avoid the throw, you're going to be ducking anyway, so.
We'll have to see. Maybe it was just a range thing, right? A little bit comfortable. Oh, he's dead. And one thing Party Wolf's comfortable with is hitting that critical edge very often. Almost every round.
How many axe arts has Cry-Wolv hit? He's tried, I want to say 5 or 6. I've lost count. And Party Wolf has blocked, all except for maybe 2. He's very aware that it's coming and very punctual with his punishment. Coming out of Monument, or
Backpack.
Yeah. The other one.
The other one, yeah, exactly. But of course, finally, the weapon arts make their mark, of course, putting him in a wall-based position, but it doesn't really matter too much.
Especially if he doesn't want to chase it. He's switching the sword, trying to see if he can outspeed him, but not really working out for him too much. He's getting beat to the punch again and again. 3B is back.
And that's going to seal the deal in round 2, or game 2, right? And then he just has to win one more. Just has to win one more to get the grand finals. But let's see, what can Cry-Wolv really do about a player like Party Wolf getting the better of him like that? He's already conditioned him to block so many of those break attacks that we saw in neutral, right? And all those 4-4-Bs because he just keeps retreating.
It's one of these things where I look at it, and the honest answer, as simple as to say, is get good. And I say that jokingly, but he's not getting beat by any one specific thing.
It's just a bunch of things at once, yeah.
The spacing is so good. Knowing when to step and getting the full conversions from the punishes. This is the first time we've seen 4A come out, and they've been on the mark. He's had like 1 in the last 2 games. I think he's 1 away. He's on 2 right now, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, he was on 3. He snuck 1 by me.
Yeah, didn't see it, clearly.
See,
oh, man.
We're asking Cry-Wolv to adapt to Party Wolf, but the party is going on, and you never know what jam is going to be playing over there.
Yeah, exactly. And of course, speaking of having to make a hard guess, guard into step there from both players. Nothing, no commitment, we call that. Gets launched, it blocks the 1A.
Wall Rider Kano stepping away
Oh
from
my
the
God,
spear.
and the back turn Usher dance there. Very rarely seen. Oh, be careful. I don't think he's going to get the wall. Nope, doesn't get it. That was such a weird camera angle, if anything.
Yeah.
One of those 3D cameras.
But hey, as weird as it was, I was going to say that Cry-Wolv had to leave, but I'm glad I kept that tucked real quick.
Oh my God, right to the face again. Another 4-4-B. And honestly, you can just see how comfy Party Wolf has gotten in this set.
Has he lost a round?
I don't actually know. I don't think he has.
He's looking very dominant right now.
Yeah, and this might even be faster than our previous games that we've seen today. Oh my God, just snuck behind him there with the 6-6B. And of course, that's going to give you that old school animation. Okay, goes for the 6B plus K. Has the soul charge out of the situation.
Again, this is another change from Party Wolf, staying on top of him.
Oh my
with the
God.
soul charge, hammered him in with the beat.
He just beat him 3 times in a row. What in the world? Party Wolf just going to grand finals. So, you know what? I got a plane to catch. I gotta go, bro.
Jeez.
GG's, man. I'll see you later.
No, you mean BBs. BBs.
Of course, BBs later, my friend. And we're gonna see a run back next from Pools. And Xephukai got put into losers by Cry-Wolv earlier today. Right. And here we are, as foretold in the scriptures, the infamous run back.
But this is going to be different, because even if it's a run back, think about where this is happening. We have completely different mentalities from both of the players. We have Zeph, he's warm. He knows of Cry-Wolv. and he's been able to sit for a couple games, or really just one game, and watch Cry-Wolv just get demolished. There's no other way to put it. So now he's playing against a different Cry-Wolv who has to piece himself together and repeat what he did early.
Oh, yeah, and on top of that, coming off of a loss from Party-Wolf, ooh, that's got to be rough.
Bro, I just said that.
But, like, the thing is, like, but from Party-Wolf specifically, right? Like,
got mopped.
a player who dismantled him, not just, like, lost, right? Like, you said he lost, but he got dismantled. I'm not gonna, you know, be soft on these kids.
I think I put it kind of accurate, but
he got murdered. He didn't take a round. Come on, man.
But again, that's why this is going to be so hard for him, because like we kind of laugh and joke and everything, but we just saw it. That was a very rough game for Cry-Wolv. And after they switched stages, because apparently they don't want to play on the Witcher stage.
Yeah, or evidently there was a miscommunication. We're going to have to wait on that.
What?
It looks like we're having a bit of a camera issue going up there. So
you ain't worried about that, man. That's why they're looking at us.
Right? It looks like they're just figuring some things out, of course. Making sure that player cam looks extra crispy. Right now we're on that commentator cam, like you said.
I don't know why they're looking at us.
Have you been having a good weekend?
I've been having a great. Well, it's been a day for me. I got in today, just came down, came up specifically to talk some Calibur.
Oh, yeah, that's good. That's a great thing to do on this fine Saturday.
Yeah.
In DreamHack Atlanta.
DreamHack Atlanta 2019. How's your weekend been so far?
It's been great, actually. I've been, able to see so many of the other events we've had here today. Of course, we had, Mortal Kombat. We had Street Fighter 5. We had Tekken right next to us, of course.
Yes.
And of course, we have Namco's other beautiful stepchild. Soulcalibur 6 is, we're usually the one that is not looked at very well, but here we are. Honestly, it's been a good year for Soulcalibur fans, and I think that after the World Invitational and with Season 2 on the way, they have a lot to look forward to.
Bro, how ready are you for Season 2? Like,
how ready am I?
You get brave edges out there earlier.
How ready am I? Dog,
You fiending?
I'm fiending. I mean, if you know me, which some of you may know, I love this series. I am what they would call a shill.
You don't say.
You don't say, exactly. But, honestly, it's great because the community comes together for all these crazy events, and we've had so much support from Bandai Namco finally after all these years, man. Thank you so Okubo-san, thank you so much, of course. I have to thank him constantly for all the work he's put in for us, and, of course, all the people at DreamHack are putting in the work for us again for a second year.
Yes.
That's amazing, honestly. And it's great to see our champion is already at Winterside Grand Finals again. Kind of crazy.
Do you think he's going to be looking at his old roommate, Xephukai, or is he going to be going against the man that he just slaughtered?
I mean, if anything, this match in pools was a little close, right?
Was it 2-1?
It was 2-1, but it was a little close, right? So we'll have to see what happens if, Xephukai's made the necessary adjustments, or if maybe Cry-Wolv could just have his number. We'll have to see. It's just a little bit of, player tendencies maybe you got caught on to, or maybe not necessarily, a character matchup, but Aswell is extremely strong. He forces characters into such bad positions all the time.
I was going to say, with the way that Zeph's been playing with a lot of the Twin Angel steps, looking for a lot of the tech crouches in general, the close range side steps as well, Aswell seems like a pretty good character to challenge that. Not because he's just the amazing character that everybody says, but just has tools that would naturally thwart what Sophidia wants to do.
Yeah, exactly. And, a lot of people, they will just, jest, and they'll be like, oh, haha, learn the matchup, right? But how do you learn the matchup against a coin flip, right? How do you? That axe mix-up is so defining. And as you saw, with Party-Wolf, he guessed right so many times, but he guessed the same thing so many times in a row, and still got hit a couple times, mind you.
You know what they call that? That's called having a two-sided coin.
You're telling me you're bringing those double-sided heads with you at all times?
If that's what needs to be done, I might have one of those in the wallet, man. You never know.
Okay, listen. So if you're out there at the Gaming Commission, watch out for this guy. Can't trust him. Hey, man.
Win at all costs, right?
We got footage. We're ready to go, right?
Oh, man. Yeah, we totally have the footage right now. Have, again, losers finals from DreamHack Atlanta 2019.
Man, 2019.
Xephukai did a lot better than last year. Last year he only got 7th. He was kind of disappointed about it. This year, at least 3rd place, trying to see if he can move on to 2nd, but he has to go against one of the Wolves, Cry-Wolv.
And of course, we'll see if he is going to Cry-Wolv at all throughout this match, because Xephukai is running at him like a murder machine now after taking all those pokes. He didn't even block any of it. He just wanted to run forward and start the crazy range 0 offense that he's known for, right?
Right.
And there he is. Okay, goes for the 1K. And again, he's just trying to force a different game plan entirely. And of course, that stab into the adjust frame there is going to be so much damage. Speaking of stabbing him, oh my goodness, Xephukai.
And there was a couple of points in that round by itself that I feel like Cry probably lost a lot of confidence. Like, he went for a punish on the 2-2B, but there was a full series, so he wasn't ready for that. And there was just like a couple of situations afterwards where he seemed like he had the right idea, but it just didn't line up for him, and that's going to add up.
Oh yeah, and of course, it's so much different from what we saw earlier. Xephukai is just forcing his way into that crazy range 0 offense like before. There's the 1K, 6-6B. There he is, just ducking under all those sword highs, and of course, Cry-Wolv a little bit more comfy, it looks like, but it doesn't matter. He sneaks in behind him and just says, bro, you're naked.
Yeah.
Look at him.
You were talking about him being comfy, a little too comfortable looking for the 3B there.
Right. Caught him slipping way too many times already. Let's see what he does. And of course, he's sitting on 2 bars right now. If you're Cry-Wolv, you should probably spend your meter.
He's got to get back on his feet, man.
Yep, exactly. And he still is sitting on it. Relying so much on that 2-2B out of sword. Poking him in the feet, he gets in the spear.
But he couldn't get all the way in, so he couldn't get in a real comfortable position. Got the spear art stuff.
Oh, good God, GI on the projectile. Of course, there's no knockback. You're in recovery.
And there it is. You wanted a soul charge. You finally did it, but is it too late for him?
Let's see if you can save humanity. Oh, wow. Just ran into it that time. And, of course, he just gets 6 of speed in the back again.
Bro,
and
that was so unfortunate. I didn't mean to cut you off right there, but that was so unfortunate. Because he ran into it. But did you see what he ran into? He didn't run into, like, the first frame. He ran into, like, the last active frame of it.
That was actually insane, to be honest. Xephukai is so good at moving in that close range. He's just so known for just dismantling his opponents, just like his ally, of course, his former ally, I should say, in Party-Wolv. But Cry-Wolv looked really disappointed there. Let's see if, maybe he can make an adjustment. Let's not see the emotion take a hold of the young. Wow, hits the hard task beat combo, of course.
And that, again, was coming because pretty sure Cry-Wolv was looking for a little check duck, but it was a little too late. That's why he got lifted. Stepped again.
The 6-6B finding its mark on Cry-Wolv's back.
That man is a ninja.
He literally just keeps getting behind him. It's actually the scariest thing. Oh, max range axe low weapon arts. Gets the almighty available. Will get stabbed retreating into spear, of course. Very uncommon to take a weapon arts and then go into a stance anyway. When you have it stocked and ready to go. Oh wow, 6-6B again. He's just getting so much mileage out of that move.
He understands. Like, I have to believe he understands, like you said time and time again, that if I throw the mid, like, prosperity will fall.
Yeah, exactly. And of course, the throw sealing the deal there for Xephukai. Goes for the 6AA. Tries to hit him on the way up with his lost frame D plus K. Okay, 4B, force block situation, gets hit. Weapon arts. Let's see what he goes for this time. Tries to press a button there. Wastes it though, honestly. I think he should have gone for anything else. Oh, back throw. Gets Oki, but he opts to just back off because of the situation, but loses a little bit of momentum there.
Still holding on to the lead.
2 bars on the side of Cry-Wolv, but it's not even going to matter. Should have spent it earlier. Dying with meter is never good, of course. I'm
thinking that pause right there even shows what's happening. It's just the frustration. Because, again, it's the one of the habits that was pointed out. This wasn't Cry-Wolv specifically, but just people wanting to check duck so often. And when somebody catches on to that, they know they don't specifically have to look for lows. They know that if they keep throwing the mids, they're big cash out mids, especially ones that aren't getting punished hard. It'll pay off. It's the good gamble.
Exactly, of course. Another 6-6B, of course. And remember, that's 14% of your gauge being reduced every time you block one of those, and it's safe. You have to step the move. And if you don't step it, he's just going to keep doing it, right?
If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Exactly, and if it is broke, keep doing it. Wow. Okay, keep going for the throws attempts again. Oh, back lethal hit. Only happens if your back is smoked, and the unblockable coming out. And of course, you have to get up and get away from that as soon as possible. Otherwise, you get clipped just like that.
That lethal hit coming from yet another unfortunate scenario where Cry-Wolv was looking for a whip punish, and he had the right timing for it. He just didn't have a fast enough button.
Exactly. Oh, wow. And, you know, I'd like to give a handout to, I'd like to give a shout out to, you know, our great technicians at DreamHack who are able to fix such problems like this on the go. You know,
it's one thing that, you know, we sit in so many tournaments and you have that guy, that pad player. You know that pad player, and he plays on pad. And I start with the pad player because he started. It's not his fault.
it's not his fault.
It's not his fault. It's the people who sit on the system after him who don't desync the controllers.
And I think the system actually just needed to be rebooted there. It's probably going to get swapped out. That is really unfortunate.
Yeah, it's like that wasn't a desync error. That was literally the system was like, too much Calibur going on.
Too much, yeah, and that's very unfortunate. But, ooh, man, that's got to take the wind out of your sails, honestly.
It's going to be really hard for Cry-Wolv to come back at that point. If he even wants to play that route. If he were to be like, I'm done, I would not fault him at this point because there's so many things that were just not panning out in his favor.
Yeah.
And then to have that slapped in his face right there.
And on top of that, though, you know, this is another opportunity for him to think, right?
Yeah.
So if he does want to play it out, what can he do differently?
I'm assuming if he plays it out, he's going to have to start 2 rounds down.
Yeah, I mean,
that's hard.
It is very hard. Of course, that's a very unfortunate situation to be in, even if you are winning, right? That's like, you kind of feel bad, right?
Yeah.
You don't want to win in that kind of way. But either way, it doesn't really matter too much if you are a competitor, right? You take the ruling no matter what.
By the looks of it, I see them still sitting down, so they're gonna play. My only question at this point, again, is where are they starting? Are we? I think it'll be crazy if we start fresh. There's no way.
Yeah, there's no way to start fresh, right?
So
unless they're okay with it, in which case, you know, that's very what's the word? Honorable.
The honorable, noble,
something like that. You know, but this is fighting games, right? So they're swapping out the system right now, and of course they're getting set up for another Soulcalibur 6 setup. Thank you for sticking with us, of course, ladies and gentlemen at home.
That was just on my mind because if there was ever a time to peace out, you know, go get something to eat real quick, go to the bathroom.
That would be
you need to do it now, but come back. Cause,
yeah, please come back. This is some great Calibur, honestly.
We'll let you know. We still got a couple, about a minute or two before we get situated back in there.
Of course, they got to, you know, make sure the buttons are ready, make sure those costumes are extra crisp, of course. You know, I want to point out, though, Xephukai has great taste in colors. The
yellow,
the gold, kind of like gold trim, you know, with the white.
Right.
That's a very nice color. You know,
the pastel yellow.
Not a big fan of white, of the blonde hair, the white outfit, to be honest.
You don't like the classic?
I mean, it's okay. You see it. Once you've seen it for so long, right?
There's a reason why you've seen it for so long.
Yeah, you know.
Because it's good.
Okay, relax. You need to calm it down a little bit. You know.
Me?
You need to relax, bro.
I'm waiting for more
Let me
Calibur.
Appreciate the difference.
I mean, again, you're not wrong because that is a solid color, but there's a reason why it's not the original color.
Okay, you're right. You're right.
Because, I mean, if it was that good, why didn't they make that the original? I mean, some other characters, like Cassandra, got some outfit changes. They got some little bit of
just
color
a little
tweaks.
bit, you know, just a wee bit. You know, that's a character I want to see more of course, but you know, still needs more time to be developed.
I got you, man.
Oh, you got me?
I got you.
Yo, you want to run the set?
Maybe after we get through with this top, I say top 8, we're down to top 3.
Right,
it's like,
really.
It's like 2.5 at this point.
Yeah, that's pretty true. I mean, especially since, you know, looks like they're getting into character select right now.
Right.
And
that's, if you over there in the kitchen, you know, bring it back. Grab the popcorn.
Make sure you come back real quick. Bring me some water as well. But of course, they're getting situated, making sure those buttons are ready. Xephukai, of course. We wonder if they're going to let him, you know, play it out all the way. I would imagine he would, just, you know, from that kind of standpoint. But
if Zeph is nice enough to give the entire game, that's cool. But if the ruling says they play the entire game, that's kind of crazy in my mind. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, it makes sense to me.
We'll see.
We'll see.
They don't even know what's going on, like where we going, man.
And of course, they're going to different states. So I imagine they're just going to play out a whole new set because Pirates Cove and Indian Port, rather, is going to be the stage they play on? I can't imagine he's just going to give them 2 games. Oh, okay. They're changing stage. Okay. Well, we'll have to see what happens, of course, when that happens.
Trying to get everything lined up here. Again, thank you for staying with us through a bit of the technical difficulties. It be like that sometimes.
It really do. Okay, so now they're on Shrine. They are back to where they wanted to be. And I imagine he's going to get those 2 games.
Did they actually want to be here, though?
You know,
I mean, that's where they were, but did they really want to be here?
I would. That's kind of a scary place to be, really.
Yeah. What's your favorite stage?
My favorite stage in this game is probably Geralt's. Carmaran, of course, very, very cool stage. Just stabs him, throws him out there.
And there's a reason why he has to do this. Because of, I can't remember if this is just in 6 specifically or they patched this. You can't just jump out anymore.
Yeah, it's extremely difficult. It's like you have to be specific character jumps to even just get out. Okay, so there was just the 1 game that he took.
Okay, just 1 round? Oh, fair enough.
Fair enough, of course, goes to the 6-6B. And we are back into it, of course. It is still 2-0 if you're just joining us in Losers Finals. Xephukai versus Cry-Wolv. Cry-Wolv kind of getting better of the neutral right now. Gets him in the corner. 1 grab. Oh, actually goes for the follow this time, and Cry-Wolv was on point, waiting for it, trying to go for the break. Jump K.
Ooh, big 3B, stopping the 1K.
Ooh.
3B again. Not committing all the way down. Gets the 6A. What's the mix this time? Back row.
And that's going to be that round right there. And it's actually his while standing B out of Axe. You'll see the 3B, he kind of flips it upwards. You'll know. And of course, it looks very similar though.
Right.
And of course, sidestep. Goes to the 1K, of course. Gets the parry on the shield part of the spear. Okay. Flips him with the full crouch 1B.
12-frame launch.
Oh yeah, extremely good, right? Okay, goes for the toes again. Oh my god, clips behind him again with the 2-2B.
The thing that was funny about that is Cry-Wolv understands, so he was stepping with him to begin, but he didn't think that Xephukai would go all the way down the block.
Exactly, he's just chucking those axes. You'd think he was Street Fighter right now, as he just keeps chucking them at him. And this is a bit of a momentum shift.
Ooh,
oh my god, what a call out from Xephukai! How do you even make that kind of read?
You've said this before, elite player.
Yeah.
It was half read, half reaction. The read for the 9A coming out, but the reaction to know to go for the critical hit afterwards.
Amazing stuff there, of course. Goes for the Treasure War K. Okay, spins him around, lethal hit. This is going to be a big opportunity. Goes for the unblockable, rolls, gets hit. That's so much damage, too. Be careful as the weapon arts come out. Flips him backwards. What's going to be the Oki? Just goes for the B.
Hasn't really been too successful afterwards, but is able to hold on. Going for the stance, AA, and maybe that was the time that he needed, because here we are evened up 2-2.
And this is the closest I've seen Cry-Wolv to even, being in the money right now. Feel the power of reason as he soul charges away. Okay, just backs up for a second, goes for the spin. Oh, puts it back turn.
Interesting to see that he didn't go for anything afterwards.
I think he's just trying to find an opportunity to whiff punish Xephukai and even it up a little bit. But oh my god, Xephukai! That's going to be counter hit, of course. Going to be so much damage coming out.
It's not enough.
Still a big chunk, though. He's going to have to use that bar. 4B is a force block in this situation. Soul charge. See if he can save humanity.
I wouldn't be surprised if Zeph went for it again. Doesn't get a chance as Heaven's Arch crossing the bridge over Losers Finals and bringing Zeph up to Grands against one of his old friends, Hardy.
And former roommates, of course, training partners, just... This story, I love this storyline. They fought so many times in other tournaments, and this is just another trip that they have to take together into Grand Finals. But before all that, we got ads coming up for you guys.
Ads?
We're going to take a short break.
All right.
Hey, man. Stick around.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back. Hope you didn't go too far because we're not done. We still have the grand finale of Soulcalibur 6 at DreamHack Atlanta 2019. We've got Party Wolf representing the Florida, representing the South, all the way over from the House of Calibur in Texas. He's going to be going against one of his old roommates, Xephukai.
Yep. And of course, now former teammates. The alliance was broken.
Yeah, they kicked Party Wolf off the squad. They're like, get out of here.
The alliance was broken from Broken Alliance with Party Wolf.
But
But then he got picked up by AXL, Accelerate Gaming. Very big opportunity, of course, for him in this little rivalry of theirs, this friendly rivalry, I should say.
Bruh, you've been waiting for this. Tell me about it.
This is going to be such a wild ride, honestly. You know, Party-Wolf is on a high right now, coming down from his victory at the LCQ, 5th place at World Invitational amongst so many good players.
Right.
Xephukai, not as great of a performance at the LCQ, but still phenomenal player in his own right, fighting all the way back to this grand finals and loser side.
I feel like anytime I see these two together, we always talk about, or anybody always talks about the story of Party-Wolf, and Xephukai is like the bridesmaid, you know, never the bride. But let's see if he's the one who's going to get married to a first place here.
Exactly. And let's see if Party-Wolf will become a repeat champion of DreamHack Atlanta in 2019. But here we go. Let's get started.
That'd be a wild way to end the decade, man.
Right, exactly. But here we go. Nice pokes, of course. Xephukai already starting his offense by just kind of poking and leaving. Oh, gets clipped out of the 2-2B by the A plus B. That little jump evade that Party-Wolf pulled out. So much respect. Approaching and not doing anything.
I'm surprised that turned around into a Heaven's Arch because he was clearly behind him. If anything, I was looking for a side throw there.
I think he may have guarded at the last second to turn around.
Right.
Of course, you know, that being in back turn state, you can't GI or reversal edge. You got to be extremely careful. Only way you can do that is if you're facing your opponent. Okay. Goes for the lows. Ooh, that 6XP coming back. Again in this matchup as well, one of Sophie's best tools. Another good tool is that lethal hit into another lethal hit here, and we're going to get the stab. That's so much meter gain too. Look at the difference now, full bar.
I kind of wonder if Party-Wolf gets his meter, will he go for it right here? Because he's willing to try it at the end. He has it.
I can imagine he would, but is he going to get the stab? Okay, doesn't go for the wall splat. Opts to go for the 4 option for the damage.
3B catches him in the air, doesn't get a full hit from it. Catches him stepping though.
Nice GI. Nice GI back into the 4B for the lethal hit, and Party-Wolf taking that second round there with a commanding lead at the end there. You know, that's a big momentum shift on the GI war.
And something else to note, he held on to his meter, so
yeah,
if and when he chooses to let it rip, he still has it available.
Speaking of meter though, Xephukai, 2 bars in this round 3 already. Oh, gets smacked. Forgive me, he says, but he's still smacking her around. Which one is it? Oh!
Took a page out of Zeph's playbook, but couldn't really do anything from it just yet.
And of course, that quick step to get around real quickly. Heaven's Arch, boom!
I don't know.
In your face, the 1K just smacking him. Man, of course, the trademark Sophidia round ender, either the 1K or the 4B, the force block scenarios are coming out, but of course, he's going to hit him with his critical edge, get that meter out of the way right now. Great way to use it, and that's going to be so much damage.
And a big thing about this is there's one thing that Zeph's using his, but since Party-Wolf's getting hit with full meter, he's not getting it.
Exactly.
Like the excess is being wasted at this point.
And speaking of wasting, it's making the soul charge less valuable as time goes on with less health available for Keelik. You can take significantly less risk when you pop it or decide to, and of course that 2A slide B is actually unsafe at the end there, so you have to move around or position yourself in a way to where you can't get hit. Ducking in his face there. Xephukai gets smacked for ducking again. Link Shensu Bo. Smack. Use the meter. Oh, doesn't finish it. Very rare drop from Party-Wolf. 6XP from Xephukai. Ducked in his face for a second.
Just a little bit of the scrambles. Respect being paid as well. 2A. Not enough to take it just yet.
Just jockeying for position. Goes for the critical edge, and he blocked it. But it doesn't matter. Xephukai took a big risk there on a read, but he does get the bar back. He spent it wisely, if anything, to make a good read.
I agree with that, but at the same time, it's like he can have 2 meters. It's player preference.
It is player preference at the same time. You know, he is a player who does like to gamble with some situations, of course. 1K, good poke. Oh, smacking him with his own lows. Another low. Just the assault. The assault on Party-Wolf's toes right now. Okay, goes for the lows. Another low of his own. Oh, Heaven's Arch. Is that going to seal the deal? Oh, one more hit. There's the 2K. Now, I know you're going to ask it. Do you think Xephukai is going to take this all the way?
He has the potential. I think it'll be really hard for him. The thing I was going to ask is, why no soul charges at any point? Especially when he was locked against the wall with Zeph just pecking away at him with like all these small hits. Like, I figured if any time was the prime time, that's when he would go for it. But the only thing he used his meter for was the one combo where he dropped the Asteroid Dance at the end.
Yeah.
So that's really uncharacteristic from Party-Wolf.
It is very uncharacteristic. And the thing is, too, when you're in winner's side of a grand final set, you can take significantly more risk, maybe try some things out. But, you know, not spending your meter, that's a very good point. You have to be able to understand that you're just kind of sitting on it. It's stockpiled, and Helix Soul Charge not being one of the best ones, of course, to get people off you because you will lose health for doing it. So that could be another reason, but we'll have to see. Because right now, Xephukai is just being relentless in his pursuit for this Grand Finals reset right now. He's just pushing and pushing. Party-Wolf into a corner. Reversal edge coming out from Party-Wolf, very rarely seen. Ooh, hits the A. He's going to win that very cleanly. And of course, you know, fighting out of losers sucks.
Yeah, but Zeph's making it work so far.
Okay, 6A.
And one thing that I've kind of noticed is it seems that like Party-Wolf is paying a lot of respect to Zeph's offense, but he seems to be waiting a little too long because we've seen quite a few scenarios where they get together and they're both blocking.
Oh, and smacks him out of the air there, trying to get the call out on the task AA. A Wiggle Stick gets a KK for his troubles. That is a punish, and he gets stabbed. What are you doing? Do not touch me.
But that's kind of what I was talking about as well. We saw a little bit at the end. Like, Party-Wolf backed up, and he got away from the 6-6A, but there was nothing behind it. Like, he didn't even throw anything in the block. He just waited for Zeph to take his turn again.
Exactly. You know, nice throw break there as well from Xephukai. You know, just understanding how to form this offense against a player like Party-Wolf. Oh, big whiff opportunity. We've seen it time and time again, just getting behind his opponents and 6-6-ing them.
Didn't have both of the stuff there, but gets a side throw. Not enough. And there's finally the meter, but he's literally only got a pixel to work with. What are we doing, Party-Wolf?
And this is so dangerous. Oh, nice block. Gets a punish. Okay, tries to cancel it to get the bar back. Pushes him out. Oh, gets clipped. And you hate to see that sort of thing happen. But that is the unfortunate consequence of waiting too long to use your meter with Keelig.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, it's so detrimental that you don't pop it early. And you, like you said, this is very uncharacteristic because he's used to popping it early. Maybe Xephukai just understands that Party-Wolf is used to that. He's just positioning himself in a way with the way he's weaving in and out and in and out.
Yeah, like, I'm just stuck on this point. Like, I'm looking at 2-0 Xephukai.
Yeah.
Now, it's not that I didn't think that he could do it. I didn't think it was in his repertoire, but for the way he's just been able to stomp over Party-Wolf, it's amazing.
Yeah, it really is.
It's one thing that Xephukai is playing very well. I do feel like Party-Wolf is just kind of out of character at this point, like we've been saying.
Yeah. Maybe he's cold up. Maxi.
Bro, who is that?
Maxi?
Who? What?
Ladies and gentlemen, if you do not follow competitive Soulcalibur, this is a character I have never seen Party-Wolf pick in competitive play ever in all my years of this game.
Max? What?
I am also baffled but ready to go as we get the Indian port stage. Very rare pick. We'll have to see. Goes for the 8-8-A there, but gets clipped. Okay, smacked in the face there. And Maxi, of course, is a character that, you know, he's very freeform. It's very hard to see a player like Party-Wolf who's so used to just fundamental offense play a character with, you know, so many unorthodox styles of play and variants to him. Okay, gets smacked again by Xephukai. BK. Tries to go for the 2A.
And Party-Wolf looking for the 6A, got that duck as Xephukai hammers in another round.
And of course, Party-Wolf's looking a little lost right now.
Oh, yeah.
In this match.
He's looking really lost. Again, we're all back here.
Just a bit lost here. That's a very strange pick, of course, in the 2-2B. Excuse me, she says. Smacked in the face there.
Evans darts again. Good break on the second one. Ducked at the last second. 6-6B.
And, you know, if I'm Zeph, I'm feeling a little bit disrespected right now.
Ooh. I mean, he might feel disrespected, but he will gladly take a second round, one round away from a reset.
Oh, yeah, of course. And, you know, that'll be where the show really starts.
I have to hope that Party-Wolf is just trying to cleanse himself and, like, just accept this and reset himself in grants, because he ain't doing much with Maxi right now.
Yeah, or maybe he, like we said, he's just throwing that first set away to really, you know, figure something out that maybe he can't do in training.
Here's the thing, though. Like, if he was trying to get information, he needs to make moves happen. He's literally not playing a lot of the game. Like,
it's very true, very true. Of course, we'll have to see. We'll never know what's in the head of Party-Wolf, of course, but we'll have to figure it out as we go. Up the Soul Charge. And of course, you know, I'm sure Xephukai is stepping in anticipation of that Maxi 6A+ speed that is so dangerous. Okay, ever forward gets blocked. Gets the 6A+ speed, no punish. Okay, BB. Tries to punish him, tries to tell him to stand aside, but he gets smacked by the 6A+ speed anyway.
Okay.
Okay.
A little bit of life coming from the Dragon Brand.
Of course, battle forward, smacking him around a little bit. Big damage opportunity.
One KK, nothing really doing from it though. Zeph charging forward from the angel step.
Good damage. Oh, back turn. People's K there.
But we got to be really careful over there. Flash and red. The question is Zeph going to look for it? If he does, when does it happen? 6-6-8 again, 1K. Staying away from it, and Cry-Wolv is still stepping forward. Not willing to block.
Yeah, this is going to be so much damage, too. He's going to get punched in the face here. Or behind the head, rather. Okay.
2-2 KK.
Ooh, and that's going to break.
It's not enough to take the round just yet. Did he drop? Okay.
I can't imagine that he survived this. Oh, just barely hanging on there.
Hey, man.
Force block, and he guesses wrong.
So, the big question that we have, everybody's losing now. Everybody's taking at least one L. Do we go back to kill it? At the least, we got to get off of Maxi, man. He got around, but even after one round, like, I'm not feeling the Maxi.
You know, I'm not either, to be honest, but we'll have to see what he thinks up here. Maybe he just really wanted to play Maxi. Figured I have a game to throw away.
Possibly. I'm still sticking with my theory.
You know, it's not a bad one, that's for sure. I'm just trying to give this man the benefit of the doubt on this stage right now at DreamHack Atlanta 2019. And, you know, we're going to have to see what he comes up with. Maybe he can change something in his game plan. But we'll have to see. He's on home field advantage, of course. The Undying Legend, the Cave of the Legendary Master stage, the raft, whatever you want to call it. He's home.
He is home, but is this a home invasion from a Greek? Xephukai has not stopped hitting buttons in 3 games, and that is the first sign of life that we've seen in Cry-Wolv in quite some time.
Yeah, and on top of that, you know, he dropped the Just Frame at the end there on the Austria dance, but it doesn't really matter. He got a big chunk of damage, but his situation, we've seen it time and time again. Xephukai pressuring his opponents, and of course, a 4B lethal hit. Not too much damage can come out of this, but he does get an Oki opportunity. Good break on that. Okay, what's the poke going to be?
Holding on for dear life against both attacks right there, ducking under the throw, but he didn't get a counter hit, so he didn't get the full confirm.
Xephukai looking commanding in this reset so far.
I don't know if I would say commanding, honestly. Like, I was close. It came down to the wire.
I mean, honestly, it looked like he had the offense started, like right here. When he gets going, he gets going.
Yeah, I can't argue with that. 6-6B again.
I think that, you know, once you make a read like that in that little, like, post-round. Ooh, so close.
You know, have we seen a ring out in top 8?
I don't think we have.
We're not going to see one here either.
Ooh, snaps the neck real quick, and that's going to, the crunch is so, Of course, getting into this, Zeph is just on momentum right now. The momentum is just in his favor. He's just pushing ahead full steam.
He came out of the gate with a stab, and it wasn't punished. I mean, you're not going to take a big punish. That's kind of the nature of Soulcalibur 6.
Yeah.
But there was no punish whatsoever. Like,
yeah, I mean, if you catch your opponent sleeping at the wheel, it's yours to take, right? Okay, he gets front throwed. He tells him to perish, but goes for a 3B. 6B. And of course, meter. 2 full bars again for Cry-Wolv, like you said before. He's just playing so scared right now. It's so completely different.
I'm surprised he got up in time against the 6-6B. Breaks Heaven's Arch, breaks the second one, and a 2-way, put it back.
Okay, signs of life, finally.
Right.
About time. Of course, you know, he's waking up a little bit. All he can do is this. There's the Cry-Wolv we know. Popping Soul Charge early. Ooh, maybe a little too early on that offense. Xephukai just does not care. He's still going in. Another one.
Not surprised that he looked for 3 right there.
Flashing yellow, losing life actively. The more you block, the worse it gets. Xephukai knows this as he tries to pressure Cry-Wolv, and he just walks around him and just goes for the critical edge. So meticulous, so decisive.
Yes.
Just able to calmly walk around this raging monster and just smite him down.
That's how I feel. I think that's a pretty good way to describe what we saw in that last round, because it was like as soon as Cry-Wolv got knocked down, he was immediately rolling back in. Like, you can kind of see it on his face. I feel frustration.
You can kind of, you know, I would definitely agree with that. You can definitely kind of see that across his face, but, you know, kind of a good start here. We'll see if it carries over. He's got a bit of a meter advantage. Let's see if he can get that bar before his opponent. Nice, wall standing K punish. P plus K, catches him stepping. Ooh, smacking him around a little bit. Cry-Wolv on full offense right now. Oh, big whiff opportunity. Oh, no.
He held it. He held it. He's good.
Okay, he's good. We're not going to see that ring out. Oh, we are! Oh, my God, and you were asking for it, and we got it. Wow. That's a tilter.
Yeah, I know. When Zeph needed it the most, down to pretty much the last pixels.
That's a tilter. We've all been there. We've all been there.
Yeah.
The best kind of combo is the one that kills in one hit, right?
Can't argue with that.
Exactly. Of course, tries to go for the back turn offense, but he gets smacked in the face by K. Smacked in the face by 236K.
Couple of punts coming out. Good step. And that's kind of another sign, because usually when we see Party-Wolv stepping around, he's looking for the 2-2Bs, but we haven't seen a 2-2B the entire set. He went for a BB this time. But still, keeping it contained until he got lifted by the 3B.
Oh my God, and just look at the offense from Xephukai. Just conditioning, but he gets smacked in the head.
I have a feeling that was just a little bit of conditioning, as you would say.
Yeah.
Because that was a scenario where I feel like Zeph was looking for another step in a Heaven's Arch, but he just went for something else and it happened to run into a K, which would have been a break for it.
Very true, very true. But oh my God, stepped around it, but Party-Wolv adapting the situation, just goes for the follow-up.
He's had a couple of GIs against the Twin Angel step in his face, or the Twin Great step, excuse me.
Exactly. Oh, 1K. 1K again. Oh, gets launched. AB.
Wants to play him at range, I'm assuming.
Oh, wow, the 2-2B. That's going to be big damage. And he will recover a little bit of life after this if it doesn't kill, which I don't think it will. Okay, still a little bit of life to recover. Puts him in a little bit of an advantage, but not enough, and he walks around him again. We've seen this how many times now from Xephukai?
I honestly think Party-Wolv was crazy to try that. I really think it was crazy for him to expect Xephukai, of all players, to just stand there.
Who's shown him so many times that he's willing to just step around his opponents to end the game. That movement is so clean, so strong. Gets smacked in the face there with the 6BA.
1K, putting him on the deck.
Oh, goes for a throw attempt from the front break.
And the Grace.
Okay, nice 2A. Reset the offense. 3B. Bullseye. Ooh, wow. Xephukai, he's getting counter hit almost every time now on his offense. Maybe Party-Wolv has found something.
He's getting hit because he's expecting Party-Wolv to stop. Like, not literally interrupting the strings, but he's thinking that that's the end of the offense, but Party-Wolv is just going down completely through the strings. Doesn't look for the low there, and that gives him a chance. Roll around and just went with the 3K?
I believe that's the 1K, because, but still the mid at the end there, too, to close it out. You haven't really seen Party-Wolv go for that many lows this set.
Right.
It's just kind of like very strange offense.
But here's something we have to point out. We haven't said this just yet. This is Party-Wolv's break point in his first time to take a game in this set, and he just barely took the lead. Well, decisively took the lead with the life game, but he lost it real quick to a 6-6B into a critical hit. That's
going to be so much damage, of course. The scaling on that is very minimal. Going to grab that, recover some guard gauge at the same time, of course. Another 6-6B. Just that is the story of Zeph's run in this top 8, even up to Grant. Oh my God, the just disrespect walking in his face like that. Expecting Party-Wolv to throw anything at all in his face or duck. Just look at that.
No, don't go down there. There's nothing down there for you, Party-Wolv.
Don't go down there, Party-Wolv. You do not want to. Don't look at his toes. Don't look at his toes.
Oh, did he have that in time?
He did. And that's going to take it. 1-1 in Grand Finals reset, of course, from Xephukai. Party-Wolv able to stop that momentum in time before, the bleeding got real bad, basically.
Yeah. Like 4 games straight before he finally gets one on the board, but 1 is not enough.
Oh, yeah. Not enough. He still needs 2 more big W's to take DreamHack Atlanta 2019, but we'll have to see if Xephukai can prevent him, rewrite history and carve his name into those books. Okay, 6-6A.
Ball rising.
Gets punished. Oh my God. Starting his offense already with all these mids. Again, another 6-6A. 4B. Gets grabbed. A big opportunity for Party-Wolv to take some damage, but just gets smacked out of it right away. Xephukai just does not care about Party-Wolv's offense right now. He's just trying to condition that throw into the duck so many times now.
And it's not very... I don't know what the Lodestar strike was about there. First time we've seen that come out of Xephukai the entire day.
Yeah.
And that just got vacated very easily.
Oh, yeah. That was a very, very rare opportunity, of course, for Party-Wolv to step that, punishing he did accordingly. Nice. Catches him stepping. 20 to step A.
And we're playing very fast at this point. 2A,
Oh, yeah.
2K.
The pace of the match has changed drastically since the beginning of the set of the series.
Hail of
Ooh,
buttons. Nice
full
whip punish.
Oh, you cannot complete strings on me, says Xephukai, as he ducks and punishes like any player of his caliber would.
In this caliber, haha.
Ha 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 ha. Anyway, 1K catches him stepping.
Ray step again, taking the tornado spin.
Okay, pokes him again. He's trying to beat the low option at the same time, poking mid. That 1K is so good for that. Oh, wow, just gutting him. Ooh, so rough there. Sweeps him on the ground a little bit. 668. Doesn't get the punish in time.
And like he pushed him out with the sweep, and then he immediately started acting like you just see that Partywolf was trying to turn up the tempo, and it's been working out for him. Wasn't ready for the quake. Could have been a lot worse for him, and he stepped away. 3B off the mark. Second one, gonna get hit in the backside with a critical edge, bro.
Oh my goodness, again.
Yes.
Again.
Yes.
Every time. And look at that. He's almost got another bar already.
So he's got another sidestep critical edge on deck?
Pretty much.
Oh, man.
But of course, Partywolf, if I were you, I would probably use that meter of yours right away. But here he is going to use that opportunity to get some, you know, pressure, get the momentum on his side. Goes for the 1-8, goes for the back version. Ooh, stabbed again. Trying to go for this offense. Just chasing him down with these normals. Ooh, steps to the wrong side and gets clipped. You have to step to Sophidia's right side to avoid that entirely.
You can duck to get away from the throws as well. Partywolf shows. Ooh, 2-2B. Keeps him on his toes.
Ooh, does not get the counter hit there. That could have been really bad, and this could be really bad too if you're Xephukai. Ooh, no way did he get it. No way, Xephukai, you monster. You monster.
Yeah. He's got them young man reactions.
Oh,
like that had to have been the last frame.
That was insane. Oh,
here we are with the sharpest reflexes. Quick draw, gunned him down twice, and is one bullet away from taking the grand finals at DreamHack Atlanta. Xephukai, what's happening?
So good. And of course, how else are you going to put yourself in this commanding position to be able to, you know, to potentially win the whole tournament in this last set for Xephukai, right? Okay, tries to pressure his offense.
Partywolf's punishes in this round so far have been looking pretty good.
Oh my God, the spacing! And that is a forced block scenario if you block Sophia's 4B, that quick turnaround slice. Oh, kick him in the face there. One more hit.
That was so big, because I mean, that was looking like the end of the round possibly for Partywolf, but he just got that snatched away from the end of the string.
And that is a force block if you take those 2 BBs right there. Gets Cade for his troubles. Oh, and you can't do anything about that. Gets the AK for his trouble. Another sidestep.
Yeah.
Xephukai just dismantling Partywolf's offense right now. Okay. Oh, misses it. So close, but doesn't matter. He just keeps going. Another opportunity for Xephukai just stepping.
I like the idea to step away so he didn't have to deal with the 1A, but Partywolf coming back in.
Oh, he's trying to go for a ring out potentially.
Oh, what?
Misses it. Up. Maybe he tried, you know what, he probably thought he was going to go for the tech opportunity to avoid the Ashura dance, but it didn't matter. Xephukai so close on tournament point right now.
Oh, man. And this is looking like the Zeph show. He's only lost 4 rounds the entire set. So
absolutely wild. Ooh, nice. The B6 punish, very rarely seen. Partywolf showing his matchup knowledge, taking a huge lead. Let's see if it carries over. Xephukai just does not care. Continues to 6-6 him into this corner. B2 multi-stabs. That is safe.
Okay, yes.
Let's see if he can do it. He's looking for that opportunity. You know he's looking for the sidestep into the critical edge, Dogi. We're on the edge of our seat right now. Oh, nice GI from Partywolf. Nothing. Gets 3 beat. Is that going to be enough? Will the guts take over? Will he live? He does. A little bit of life recovery. So dangerous. Ooh, that could have been it. That's it. Xephukai takes DreamHack Atlanta 2019 in such a commanding fashion with a critical edge at the end there, dismantling his former teammate and roommate.
Oh, man. 3-0 in the first set, 3-1 in the second set. But man, Zep was on fire. Literally always holding forward. Like he didn't want any more than a character's length away.
Exactly. Just so good at spacing his opponents out and just baiting it. And you saw
spacing out. Nah, he did, but I'm giving you a little flag.
Oh, of course. I got lost a little bit in the match, of course, but you know who couldn't? Soulcalibur is too damn good.
Yeah, it's a pretty good game, man.
Amazing, but you know, got to give it to all of our great competitors for showing up this weekend and really giving us a show. Xephukai, congratulations on your victory. Cry-Wolv getting second place. Finally, Xephukai, not the bridesmaid, to Cry-Wolv. You know, it's great to see a new champion.
Number 1 and 2 seed finishing in the flip positions as the number 2.
Vice versa.
Yeah.
But of course, you know, we're gonna have to give it away for the the event itself. Honestly, DreamHack Atlanta was so good overall.
Yes.
I was just so happy to see all these players from our own region and from many others come together and just really put on a good show for those at home.
Saw some up-and-comers making their splashes in top 8, seeing obviously some Soulcalibur 6 vets holding it down, making it all the way through the bracket. So it just a little bit of the old school, a little bit of the new school. Everybody showing that, they're still up to stuff.
Yeah. But, I guess we're going to go over to the stage right now for the award ceremony, and we're going to be tuning out, but thank you all for joining us. We hope you enjoy the rest of the weekend.
Hold it.
Testing. All right, everyone, let's give it up for your top 8 for Soulcalibur. In 7th place, Impulse. Also in 7th place, Yugo. In 5th place, Calvinze. Also in 5th place, Novastar. In 4th place, Big Boy. In 3rd place, Cry-Wolv. In 2nd place, Party Wolf. And your 2019 DreamHack Atlanta champion, BXA's Xephukai. Almost forgot the mic.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Appreciate it.
Give it up one more time, guys.